think you spoke before the season about the defense and how it's not Jeff Palumbo's been awesome as a coach here. The ECU's been so great defensively. One thing we can hang our hat on, and that has just not been the case this year for the Pirates. And it's almost shocking to see them this bad at times.
Yeah, no, it is. Everybody kind of points the finger in one direction. Obviously, looking at Alex Boucher, and he does 14 errors on the season, and that's a big number. But you just as a Pirate fan, where typically in other sports you're like ready to kind of throw in the towel and go, well, here we go, we'll just pack this one in and be ready for next year. The opposite is true with baseball, where you're like, they always find a way to get better, and then they're right there at the end, and that's kind of what you got to hope for. But it's the uncharacteristic things with the walks and the errors that are a little troubling. And then you look offensively, it's been weird. You typically this Pirate lineup has had like two guys that seem to be clicking at any one time, and you got to have a couple more that come through with clutch ABs. And you start to see obviously what Braden Burris can do. I think Braxton Trammell's been very interesting as he's kind of played his way back into the everyday lineup. The biggest story with me for Braxton Trammell is that he has made himself a much better outfield defender because early on that was a little bit of a scary thing when a ball went out there. So, but his juice, especially from the left side, is undeniable. He's got serious pop, and so I think the jury's still out, and I would say that Coach Godwin and staff, they're probably in the same situation, and what they want to see tonight is a team come out with desire, and again, as he talks about energy so much, but come out with that energy and desire to go beat a pretty good NC State team.
Mully, man, Mike Mullis joining us. How's Cliff handling this, Mully, during the season? He's kind of on edge even when things are going pretty good. So, how's he handling this team right now? He's got to be, I was going to say pulling his hair out. He doesn't have much, but got to be frustrated with where these guys are right now.
I think so. Some of that is just being honest with yourself and self-evaluation as a club, and you go, okay, are we performing at par? Are we performing where the talent would take us? You kind of feel like there's some underachievement there, but I mean,
the injuries too.
Yeah, but it's hard to play that game where you go, well, if this and if that, but you got to roll with what's out there. I had a conversation with somebody the other day that was like, man, if we didn't have those errors, but that's part of the game, right? The offense is trying to put the pressure on you to force you to have errors, and to this point, the Pirates have not been able to stave that off. It's interesting, Clip, when you look at it, and I continue to make this point, and when I'm given opportunities, when's the last time that you saw UNC Wilmington, Elon, VCU, William and Mary, programs that are traditionally proud baseball programs, have the struggles that they're having right now? And Wilmington's playing kind of been hovering around 500 all year. I'm not sure exactly where they're at exactly right now, but it's interesting, and I wonder what the impact is of from the portal. I wonder how many, what are all the factors that are leading to this?
That is the first thing you go to when you're kind of ignorant on the topic is, all right, is it transfer portal? And then you have to dive in and look, well, who did Wilmington lose and where'd they go? East Carolina lost Bristol Carter and Zach Root, and
amongst others.
And it could be part of the recipe there.
Well, and what I would be curious about is, and if I had the time to sit down and take a deep dive, maybe this is one for our buddy Johnny Stats, but wonder what the percent, of these teams, how many are playing true freshmen in starting roles that are everyday guys, and what impact does that have? And it's kind of interesting with Cliff and the staff that they really don't like to be referred to as young. We heard that opening weekend, but he will give credit to a team like FAU for being old, and so there's a middle ground there where you can't give the credit just because they're old if you're not willing to realize that some of your challenges are coming because you're young. And I'll tell you who really embodies that to me is, you look at Irby at first base. He's really struggling at the plate of late, and I say of late being this past weekend and even going back some. But what I've also seen over there is he's not quite as good defensively as we had kind of maybe prematurely come to expect him to be. And so you get some of these errors on Boucher that are throwing errors, and they are throwing errors. There's no question about it. But it feels like to this point we would see Irby dig some of those balls out, and we're just not. When I seen that, I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm just saying I wonder. It's been a long fall. He's 32 games into it right now. A year ago, 32 games, he's playing for a state championship. So, it's just it's a different. It's not necessarily physical fatigue, but it is certainly a mental game that is where you would have to wonder if the maturity is there.
One other thing I want to ask you about Mully, I don't get into body language much because it would piss me off, like people at ECU basketball games and the Pirates are down 7 with a minute left, and I guess the guy's on the bench with his head sunken low, and somebody says that's bad body language. Well, he's pissed off. He's about to lose a game. Like, I get it. This is kind of the other side of that with East Carolina players dancing in front of the dugout and stuff like that. I don't mind it because I think on the flip side of that, if that player wasn't doing that, you could say, there's no energy in the dugout. I know there's a happy medium somewhere. I don't really care one way or the other, but I understand why people do when you're losing. What are you doing dancing? So, Mully, this is a topic some fans have discussed.
Yeah,
how do you? You've heard it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've been asked about it, and again, man, I come from a different generation of the game.
There wasn't a lot of dancing going on.
There was no, and quite frankly, yeah, it would have been. It's just frowned. It was frowned upon. Now, that's Coach Godwin's decision. If he wants to allow that, and good on him. But it is hard to see it when, you're not playing well and different things. But I do know he is big on energy. It's a thing that drives the program. It's part of their culture. And if it's what he feels like they need to do, maybe the problem is we need more of them dancing. I don't know. Maybe they need to, go full-fledged into some type of line dance or, a la like the Replacements or, something like that. But it is interesting, and it's very it is polarizing amongst the fans. I think there are a lot of people that think it's kind of funny and cute or whatever, and then I know there are a lot of people going, what are we doing? And moreover, I think in fairness to all, I think the biggest sentiment is surprise. I think there are a lot of people out there that are very surprised that a Cliff Godwin-led team would be allowed to do that because he comes from old school roots. So it's a combination of the old generation and the new generation, and I guess guys are going to be guys, but it's we live in the day where it's okay to double and have some type of orchestrated something that involves the dugout kind of celebration. I just didn't grow up in that time. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It's different. It's certainly different. Look, and Clip, I'll also say that also goes back to, like, I still believe we ought to be giving signs. Like, I'm not a big fan of the wristbands. I'm not a big fan. But we look back at what we're given with players coming out of the quote-unquote showcase environment where if you put a sign system in, everybody in the country will know it because those kids play with different teams and they go all – I mean, you have a dude that shows up. It's the first time you met him and he's in the lineup, and how are you going to teach him the signs right then, right? You're going to have to go with the easier way to convey your point. So,
I think I'm better with a guy dancing in front of the dugout during the pitching change than I am with somebody doing a celebration and pointing to the heavens after a weak base hit into right field. I don't know. That does kind of hurt. I sound like Bob Costas now, but. I don't know.
As he points to the heavens.
See, look, and I'm all about like that genuine. We used to get the fist pump.
Yeah.
It was it was a big point in the game. Even if it's an end capper that spins into the corner and it's a double, but it drives in 2 runs and it's a big point in the ball game.
If I get a hit and I look at my dugout and they're cheering for me, I'm going to be like, yeah, all right.
But we see so many things with the between. And it's not just East Carolina. It's the nature of the game. But we see the more and more teams doing the "I love you" as their going around the bases.
And boom, after a home run.
Right, and then we got Hammer Store when they do the thing from second base in the dugout, does the sound. And the chest pounding with 2 strikes. It's not just – if you pay attention to college baseball as a whole, it is not just East Carolina doing these things.
Absolutely not.
It is where the game is.
Yeah, and it's lame when you're losing. If you're winning, all this stuff's fine. I mean, Jake Hunter, one of our favorite guys, used to be the
dancer.
The dancer.
Yeah.
And I don't remember a lot of people freaking out about it.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't.
Oh,
we were winning.
Right. Well, there you go.
In a better spot at that time.
Well, I also think Towers takes it to a kind of a new level. He's not afraid to get on the ground and do the worm or make snow angels or whatever.
So like the NFL, you can't go to the ground.
I mean,
go to the ground. It's a flag.
I don't know, but it's different. It's not. Some people like vanilla and some people like strawberry. It's just pick your flavor.
All right.
I want to go back to something you said earlier, and that was you want to see the Pirates have what did you say? Aggressive at bats, but also have quality at bats.
Competitive at bats.
How can you be aggressive at the plate, but also have the discipline to take some pitches and work some counts?
Exactly as you just said it. You can be aggressive. It's in your zone. Get off that A+ swing. That's 100%. Like, I get it. First pitch, fastball, it's a cookie. They're trying to get ahead. You're facing a strike thrower. I get it. It's the deeper in the accounts. And I sat in the booth on Saturday, and obviously Saturday was kind of an anomaly for anything we've seen, at East Carolina in an awful long time. But a lot of first pitch swinging pop-ups, a lot of, things that if that is your pitch and if you're going to get off your A+ swing, then your results just have to be better. It's kind of the old, why do people not give 3-0 green lights a lot? Because a lot of times a guy will try to do too much. So it's one of those deals where at some point, again, you got to be brutally honest with yourself and say, hey, am I going to help the team better by maybe seeing an extra pitch here or there? Like, there were even situations where I was fully expecting and even made statements, 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 pitches, 2 outs, and I'm expecting, Coach Galvin to come down and grab the hitter as we see him do so often and try to slow things down. And at times he would, but now in that game Saturday, once it got to a certain number, I think it was like, let's just do whatever we got to do to get out of here. But, sometimes it's just about letting your pitcher and defense catch their breath as much as it is trying to see pitches from the guy out there. But, I mean, we didn't even really get into their bullpen a little bit on Friday, but again, we didn't see their bullpen until Sunday. So they go into Sunday with some of their best arms still ready to go.
A few shocks from the weekend: the run rule, the sweep as a whole, but Ethan Norby not being elite, and Mully, I was watching with Malcolm and crew at Tiebreakers when the back-to-back home runs happened that flipped that game and maybe even flipped the whole weekend. I think he ran into some trouble early, right, and looked good for a couple innings after that, and then those 2 at bats kind of flipped everything, right? And
well, I mean, you come, out of the gate, first pitch he throws, you get a ball out of the park, and I contend that should have been charged a 4-base error off the Pelletier's glove, and he jumped way early before the track. Either way, it counts as a run, so it's out of the park. I did ask for a little clarification on the scoring there, and rightly so. The determination by the official scores was, in their opinion, if a ball gets out of the park, then they're not going to rule an error. So, whatever. Nonetheless, it kind of starts there and seems to just kind of, he gets out, and you get a little emotional from Norbs. He's showing that he's fired up, and you feel like, okay, well, maybe he's going to settle in and extend his outing, but it just never happened. And honestly, Clip, if you go back to his outing against Memphis, that was unbelievable. He had the big strikeout numbers, and man, it was first pitch strike. He had ultimate command of his secondary stuff. The numbers, the metrics, and the analytics on that were off the charts. He really hasn't had that since then, and obviously that was one of those, I'm in the zone, like that might be a once in a lifetime outing kind of deal. But the stuff has not been even 75% as good as it was that outing since that outing. So, but sometimes you need to be punched in the mouth to be, kind of brought back to earth a little bit. I'm not saying, I don't know Ethan Norby well enough to know what his mindset was going into that game, but I do think that I would fully expect it. I will tell you, Friday they're going to have a tall task with Charlotte. The Gillespie kid from Charlotte, actually that weekend with Memphis, you would think with the outing that Norby had that he's a hands-down pitcher of the week. Well, Gillespie goes out, throws a no-hitter, and strikes out like 15.
Fun matchup.
And they end up pitchers of the week. So that should be a great game. Weather doesn't – that's going to be interesting to me. The weather doesn't look great for Friday, so it'll be interesting to see if they have to go doubleheader on Saturday, what kind of impact that has on both clubs.
The game might end in an hour. With those two.
Well, I think what ends up happening is we went into Friday thinking with Beard for FAU. Beard comes in, he's on the Golden Spikes watch list. His numbers are filthy, and we're thinking, hey, we're going to have a pitcher's battle, no question about it. Again, you have young guys out there competing as college baseball. They're swinging metal bats. And listen, there were a lot of balls hit out of the ballpark this weekend. The wind was absolutely a factor. It was howling out to right field. I mean, if it laid down much under 15 miles an hour, I'll be surprised. Now, there were some periods where it would die off. But for the most part, it howled out to right. And, I think that had some impact on things as well. It certainly impacts your pitching philosophy if you're trying to pitch the ballpark and not, allow guys to elevate balls and get them up in that jet stream.
Mully, you need to run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's do another segment. We'll take a break, come back more with the Mully Man. Good stuff there on ECU Baseball, Pirates and Pack tonight. We'll talk about that further with B-Man Brandon Manning and get the NC State perspective with Cory Smith. Pack Pride later on in our show. A lot more to go. Pirate Radio Live back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, it's Caleb with Stroud's Marine. Boating season is here, and at Stroud's Marine we are stocked up with over 20,000 pre-owned parts. We've got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Speaking of outboards, we will buy your old ones. And as always, our mission is to save you money and get you back out on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Jacob Sauls with EliteTruck.com, Eastern North Carolina's premier choice in commercial truck and van equipment. Come join us in downtown Little Washington on May 10th for our first ever Elite Truck Fest, which will include a truck meet competition, raffles, live music, food, and other family-friendly activities. All proceeds from this event will be going towards supporting Beaufort County high schoolers gain valuable apprenticeship experience in their desired trade. Visit EliteTruck.com for more information.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in the NC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kid Scene.
Y'all come get get bucked
Hey,
up.
buddy, it's me, your foot.
What? Are you okay?
Not so much. These old shoes are killing me.
But I've had these for years.
Years, I've been stuck in these things and now I'm screaming. You need custom fit shoes, my friend. And we're not talking one size fits all here. You need comfort, support, and most importantly, freedom.
Well, how do I get that?
Head over to Fleet Feet. They'll make me feel like $1 million and keep you running strong.
Fleet Feet at the Old Gordon's Golf location on Arlington Boulevard. They custom fit every shoe for your unique foot. Visit Fleet Feet and step into comfort. Your feet will thank you.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
Is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. This is Walker Allen Volova with CopyPro, where we promise fast 3-hour service on all of your copy equipment. No need to press 1 for English for an overseas service line. All of our calls are answered right here in Greenville. Plus, we offer a free office printing analysis to help you cut cost and boost efficiency. We'll show you exactly how to save money on ink, toner, and energy. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 1-800-682-6558 and see how we can help your office run more efficiently. CopyPro, fast service, smarter printing, bringing more value to your business.
Pirate Radio.
Here it is, a first down. Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Overtime Tavern is now open at 1011 South Charles Boulevard. Come in for great food, cold drinks, and all of the game day action. Swing in today and try their Philly cheesesteaks, glizzies, mouth-watering burgers, and late until 3 a.m. on the weekend. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free, high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Thank you, Grayson. Shirley, can I get a little... Hit the sad March Madness music because it's over. Oh, you're not Shirley. You're Will. Can I get that, Will? Can you get the slow down version? Man, yesterday I called Mack the backdoor man. The Jim Morrison, the Lizard King, sneaking in through the back door. But we have a new backdoor man. And this is a big guy. I don't know how he crept in without us noticing. But our champion of the Pirate Radio Bracket Challenge, the big dog, Glenn Griffin, who had the Gators winning it all.
So just like the Duke and Houston game, and then last night's game, I'm going to ask this question.
You can cut it, Will.
Yeah, please do.
What in the hell just happened? How did this happen?
Well, Glenn was tied with me yesterday, which was 3 points back of the leader. The leader was Hayden. She had Duke. They were not in the championship. Mack was 1 point ahead of me and Glenn. He had Houston. They did not win the championship. I had Houston. Glenn had Florida.
He emerges from nowhere.
I did not know he had picked the Gators, so I did not have him in the running yesterday, but he is our bracket champion, and he will enjoy a $100 gift card to Fifth Street Hardware.
Congratulations, big dog.
Jared, are you here for the first time?
No. On YouTube, yeah.
You've been here. Okay. Everything good?
Everything's
great. Are we having internet or YouTube issues?
It's all my fault. I'll take responsibility for that one.
Really?
Is it really your fault?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Whose fault is it?
Well, I mean, we were setting up cameras. Time got away. 2:59. I'm like,
You know, is it my fault? I did set up a couple of 2:00 video interviews.
No, I mean, I was trying to do a lot of things at once instead of delegating.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
There you go. That's a good man right there, Mully.
It's a team player right there.
I feel like he's trying to put the blame on somebody, but I can't figure out who.
It's my fault.
And I hope it's not me. But you are taking the blame. So that's big of you. Mully. Time for the most overrated event in all of sports, the Masters.
I thought you were talking about your show.
Well, I appreciate you thinking it's rated.
Yeah, good point.
The Masters coming up.
We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
I want to talk about it because I want to know who to pick.
We doing a poll?
I gotta back somebody.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
We doing a poll, Mully?
Nope. I think that's probably how that basketball thing ended up. There's some shiesty rule buried deep in the fine print that ended up coming back.
I still feel like Mully and I's relationship has never been the same since that Masters pool.
That was bad.
It was not. We had we're not going to go over it again.
No.
I guess you missed it the first time around.
Yeah, he was in middle school.
He didn't like all the rules that were in it. He didn't.
Just moving on.
Okay. Who you like, Mully? Who are some guys to follow? And can your guy?
Finau, he'll finish in the top 5. I think, Scheffler, obviously, how do you bet against him? Rory, how do you bet against him?
Mack likes a guy I like. I like taking Colin Morikawa. What do you think about him?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know I don't know if he can hang on to the Sunday pressure to pull that one out.
Seems like he's in it.
Yeah. Kind of like Tony. Like Finau's always right there and then finds a way to spit the bit late. I mean, listen, man, if Scheffler's anywhere near the top of the leaderboard, he just. Now, he's been a little more emotional this year, kind of since his whole jail thing. And then, he had the incident there where he cut his hand around the holidays, missed a couple events. So, but I still think he's your guy.
What are you looking at?
I'm not even on the list. Do I get a prize for not even being on the list at the end of the day?
Surely we have an issue.
So maybe Chandler won.
He might have, or either finished last.
I did have Florida winning.
Florida?
What?
Chandler is not on the standings list.
Yes, he is. He should be. Right there in 3rd or 4th place somewhere. Oh, you know what? I moved him.
We know he should be, but he's not.
Yeah, because he got
Anyway.
6 points. No, he's up here somewhere.
Congrats, man. You're up there somewhere.
All right.
Wait a minute.
I didn't mean to cause this much of a rush.
Yeah, you're in between Cliff and Jenny.
All right.
No, we don't have a show going on or anything, Shirley. Just come in here and see if you can figure it out. That'd be great. I mean, nobody's trying to consume the content of.
I'm surprised J-Bo didn't yell at me to move.
Well, I did, in a nice way.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
You are between Cliff and Jenny.
Thank you.
Hey, that's a good place to be.
Wow.
And again, thank you for saying this show is rated, Mully.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That may have just changed.
Anything else on Augusta, Mully?
No, it looks like it's going to be good weather. Maybe a little bit of rain on Friday, but I think they got the weather behind them Monday. And I mean, look, man, I love it. I know you don't, you're kind of lukewarm on it, but it's just, I mean, it's such a, it is, it's the tradition unlike any other. I mean, it surely has its own kind of set of rules and the way they go about it, and so it's a pretty special day.
Yeah, Jared, we like the no women stuff. That's good.
Wait, what? Oh God,
we like that part of it. I didn't know men were so much into flowers and birds and stuff. It's cool to know that men are in touch with that kind of stuff.
Moving on, let's talk about the NBA. That's something worthwhile.
Yeah.
Why did Michael Malone get fired?
Don't call him Mike.
I've read something. Apparently, last night after their loss to the Blazers, he said the players don't watch film and they don't listen to me. And one of the reporters like, "Oh, it's over." That was tweeted out like 20 hours ago.
Okay.
And not only the head coach, but the GM is not getting extended.
Well, the GM I kind of get because you lose Bruce Brown, you lose KCP, and your response to that is let's bring in Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
When you have one of the best players in the NBA at the moment. And a pretty damn good point guard in Jamal Murray.
Did Michael Malone pull a Costanza and try to get fired?
I don't know why you would. I mean, you're 4th in the West. You just won a championship.
I think there was some thought that he could be gone after the year on his own accord, take another job. and I think the organization kind of sensed that, and they wanted to cut ties with it early so they could salvage any chance at the championship. But it's going to fall on the GM because he held on to Michael Porter Jr. for too long, and Aaron Gordon was going to get an extent, or he might have already. But some of the key players from that championship they just held on to for too long.
Man, it is a what have you done for me lately, Mully? 4 out of the last 6 NBA coaches to win a championship are no longer coaching with that team.
Don't feel bad for them at all.
No,
it's good. They're good.
Either.
They're good.
Just saying,
but it's interesting.
Weird.
But in that all of sport right now, I mean, it's
yeah.
I
Players,
mean, look at
coaches, everything.
Yeah, look at the players that are moving around in the portal. It's crazy. I mean, but there's no need to lament and cry in your beer over it. It's just it is what it is, and enjoy the ride. Nice thing is, if you're not very good, you have a chance to be pretty good pretty quick. So
in anything,
yeah. It doesn't matter. You know what I find interesting as it relates to the college game. From my understanding, that they were supposed to have come out with a little bit more detail about the rev share and how all that was going to work, like this week or maybe even yesterday, which today's only Tuesday, so that's when it would have had to have been. But I didn't hear anything, and I don't know. But that's that. I mean, I think that has a lot of bearing over what this portal cycle will look like as to who's got what funds and how do they intend to spend them.
I got some big picture conversations with Mack and Cory Smith today about the, East Carolina was always kind of chasing the ACC. Now the ACC is chasing the Big Ten and SEC.
That's right.
And also the effect of the portal and NIL when it comes to Cinderella's, Mully. This is a hot question. Like, do you think the Cinderellas are done, or was this year a bit of an anomaly?
I think it's very sport specific. Obviously, I'm
going just basketball.
Well, and in fairness to the conversation, I think you have to look at the other sports and look at, Cinderella probably doesn't exist in football. I mean, it's just that
it never really has.
Well, you had the Boise State, you had the things that kind of, Brigham Young at times, where you had teams that were outside of the mainstream that were at least relevant. Then you go to basketball. It certainly feels like Cinderella's going to have a tough time making the dance going forward, any depth anyway, just because these other teams could just stockpile talent. I think baseball still gives you somewhat of a chance. And when you look at the top 25, came out yesterday, it's an ACC, SEC kind of who's who, and then you go, there's 3 teams from the Sun Belt that are in it, with Coastal and Troy and Mississippi State or Southern Miss. So it's I just think it's very sports specific and very dependent. I mean, a $50,000 investment in a baseball player is a huge number. A $50,000 investment in a basketball player doesn't even start a conversation. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's again, I just think it's different rules for different games.
One thing we won't have anymore, I'm pretty certain to say, is your Boise State in football and your Gonzaga in basketball. I think those days are done, where they are perennial top 10, 15 teams.
Right.
Because either the coach is going to move on. If he doesn't, all the players will move on. And we just won't see that happen.
Well, it'll still be, let's say you do get a Boise State in football. It's such a skewed number because the conferences are so very different. Like if Boise State was to creep into the top 20 and then you go, okay, what if they played in the SEC? It's not even apples to orange. It's not even fruit to fruit. I mean, it's just totally different. So, yeah, it could happen and it looks good if you're a Boise State fan or, for that matter, an East Carolina fan. But at the end of the day, if you took the AAC and laid it out beside the SEC or ACC, I think you would quickly realize they're nowhere close to each other.
And I'm okay. I think we could have a magical year, and we'll still see those, but you just won't see it sustained. And
I don't know what is sustained. Like Gonzaga in basketball would be the example.
Multiple decades.
But maybe it feels different to me because it was basketball and it was Gonzaga, and maybe I give them too much credit for their success. Like, it didn't feel like it was flash in the pan.
No, it wasn't.
To me, the surprise is NC State making it last year. That's a bigger, like that. That's the bigger surprise to me than Gonzaga. It's like Michigan State. Michigan State in college basketball always stubs their toe early. They're always just okay, but then they are always very scary late in the season and into the postseason. And it's, so you're not going to get old anymore. I mean, it's just not going to happen. But you could buy old. You can buy yourself into those situations. I guess the way you get old is you go to Cooper Flagg and say, hey, we'll give you $4 million not to go next year. And now a sophomore of that caliber is an old player in today's college game.
I mean, this is a great time for boosters who want to be a coach, basically, or a big part of a college program. You can do it.
And they're more of a GM. I mean, but they're buying access. They're buying, the trip on the team plane. They're buying. That's what they're paying for. The experience is basically what it boils down to.
Without much return other than pride of your school winning, unless you have some kind of financial tie into it.
No, there's unless you could buy stock in the you could buy futures in that program or some type of, but the schools do benefit. So I mean, it's a proven fact that as teams win, their applications go up. They're all these ancillary benefits, because I mean, college athletics are they're the window of your storefront to your institution, and people immediately, for good or for bad or for right or for wrong, assimilate like a winning program and a great school. I mean, Alabama is the greatest example. I mean, East Carolina, in times of athletic success, see a lot of benefits from that around campus. So I mean, there's definitely something to it. And at the end of the day, the money that's being generated, that was a combination of generated and revenue, I guess. Revenated. Maybe that should be a word. But the revenue that's being generated is real. And the money that these schools are getting is astronomical at the highest level.
Mike Mullis joining us. We'll take another break. It's hot in this studio, and I see freeze warning on the computer. I know we're a sports show, but that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, weather's just fluctuating at the moment. Got some much-needed rain yesterday.
That we did, Jared. Crazy storms yesterday. We'll come back and wrap up hour one.
I'm out.
Mully's out. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Have a good call.
Fun 45 minutes. Thank you. Mully will be on the call tonight. ESPN Plus, Pirates, and Pack. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
We're inside the Pirate Radio studios with our friends from QC Kinetics. Don, why should people use QC Kinetics?
So QC Kinetics, we're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. So we've helped about 50,000 patients get back to an active and pain-free life without surgery, without drugs, and without downtime. We leverage your body's own natural growth and healing properties to not only repair damaged tissue, but generate new.
Don, give us the number.
252-765-PAIN. 252-765-PAIN.
That's QC Kinetics.
Hi, this is Christy Conway.
Hi, this is Tracy Ayers.
It's a great time to list your home for sale with ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate. It's a low inventory market. Right now, Pitt County is experiencing a shortage of homes on the market, especially at certain price points. Currently, there's only about 2.5 months of home inventory available, with the average sales price sitting right at $300,000. Visit our website, encpiraterealty.com, to connect with our experienced team of agents.
Go Pirates!
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Planning a special event, whether it's a baby shower, bridal luncheon, birthday party, or even a tailgate at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. Their fan favorite mini croissant platters is just one of many options to choose from, perfect for any occasion. With a variety of chicken salad flavors, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Let us do the work while you enjoy the event. Delicious, fresh, and served with a smile. Chicken Salad Chick Catering. Make every event memorable. Visit chickensaladchick.com to place your catering order. Just remember, you pick it up and we'll have it ready to go. Chicken Salad Chick, where every event is a little bit tastier.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Pirate Radio, no one can outwork us. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics Easton Sports Medicine has been caring for Pirate Nation and the student athletes at East Carolina University for more than 35 years. They are the official team physicians for ECU. Orthopedics Easton Sports Medicine Center provides a variety of general and specialized operative and non-operative orthopedic services to meet the needs of the patients in Eastern North Carolina. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT experts since 2006. University PC Care is the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so that you can take care of your business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. Thanks, Grace. We got Will. We got Shirley Rhodes. J-Bone and Chanman.
You?
Jared Watkins and Chandler Honeycutt to use their government.
Guess who's checking in, Clip?
Oh, you love to give me a guess who. Who is checking in? I'm going to go with Ricky Stokes, former ECU basketball coach.
You did say no.
Okay.
That good guess.
Thank you.
Actually, it's not.
Joe Dooley?
You did mention who.
Lane Hoover?
His Faja.
Denny
Hoover.
Denny Hooves?
So what's up, guys? Been coaching middle school baseball here in Lincolnton. Taking whole middle school team to Charlotte Sunday to pull for them Pirates. They will right the ship. No panic or worry here.
Man, I miss the Hoovers.
I do too. Still got Lane's picture in my office or at my desk.
Chandler sings that Kid Rock Sheryl Crow song.
I put your picture away. Sat down and cried today.
I put it at my desk.
One day I was sitting, I was lucky. All right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Was lucky enough to sit in the Chandler Honeycutt suite with you, and I took a video of you looking at the Lane Hoover card and sent it to Lane.
It's like that.
Did he ever respond to that?
Yeah, he did. I don't remember what he said, but should we get Lane on the show?
Absolutely.
Just to talk. Lane, he always brings a smile to my face. Sitting around thinking about Lane Hoover. He said, hi, that's what's up. Love that. Miss y'all, man. Hope y'all doing well. We are, Lane. Thank you. All right. Chan Man will be out at Clark LeClaire, as will Jared later on.
Yep, going out to practice first, and then we'll...
Big day.
Yeah, big day.
Going to football practice. We've been covering all spring, and we will be covering the rest of spring, too. And we want to help spread the word that First Responders Day is coming up on Thursday, April 10th. And all first responders are invited to East Carolina football practice. Now, this has been a regular thing this spring. We've been seeing teachers out there. We've been seeing different coaches and different players. They had professors out there last week. Now they're asking first responders to go out there. So first responders on Thursday, 3:45 p.m. is the check-in time at the gates of the ECU football practice fields. So if you are a part of the first responders crew, go out there and enjoy some ECU football practice. Enjoy the behind-the-scenes work of ECU football.
That reminds me of trivia at OTs a few weeks ago. Guy said first responders should get extra points, and I was like, "Oh, what do you do?" And he was like, "No, I mean people that respond first to the question." I was like, "Oh,
yeah, I wouldn't be calling myself a first responder."
You should have been like, "Oh man, thanks for your service. What do you do?"
You think that guy's like at ball games? It's like, "Will all the first responders please stand up?" He's like, "Well, hey, I was first up the clip the other night." Thank you.
All right, First Responders Day,
Thursday, April 10th, and once again, 3:45 is the check-in time. So go out there and enjoy practice.
Thursday's the 10th. That's crazy.
How so?
Time's flying. Feels like it was just February 10th.
It's a sign of getting old.
It seems like yesterday was just April Fool's Day.
Seems like yesterday was just the 7th. No, but man, 6 games in 8 days. Tough for ECU baseball, and tough for those covering ECU baseball.
Tough for you.
Yeah.
My thoughts and prayers.
Are you you're happy to get a weekend?
Happy
off?
to get 2 straight weekends off.
At Charlotte, then who's next weekend?
UAB. Heading down to
UAB.
Birmingham.
Heading to the Ham.
And if you fly into Birmingham, you'll get the last gate.
Can you
from Birmingham?
Can you paint me one?
Yeah, I can paint you in Birmingham.
See, I don't know these references.
First one was Hank Williams Jr. That was Tracy Lawrence.
All right. Okay.
Paint me in Birmingham. You never heard that song?
I don't think so, Sean.
Tracy Lawrence, man, underrated 90s country artist.
Masters overrated. How you feel about that?
You know, I like a lazy Sunday and just turning on the Masters.
I'm not a hot take guy, but I'm gonna go with that one. That's I'm gonna ride that baby.
I mean, You're not a true golfer.
Exactly.
The Masters is it's special, but
why?
It was special.
I've been told that, and so I'm just
yeah, exactly. Chandler, as a true golf guy, what makes the Masters so special?
The history.
Okay, a lot of things have history.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it make it good.
The tradition.
That's the same thing. Give me something different.
The long span of time that it's happened.
I don't know. It's
okay. There you go. Point.
It's
point proven.
It's special.
I did kind of like your point earlier. If you're a golf guy, you're watching every weekend.
Are you watching the Alvaro Texas Open Oil Classic? Like what's the? Again, I think you guys just like pink flowers. That's what I'm starting to think.
To me, I think at least for me and my.
To me, it looked like a leprechaun to me.
You don't have to keep saying to me. If you're speaking, if you're speaking, we know it's coming from you.
Now I'm just clarifying. I'm speaking for myself. I don't know why anybody else likes the Masters, but it seems like the players care about it more. So as a consumer, when they care about it more, they're playing better. So it's better golf to me.
Will, that is actually a good point.
And I feel like every year, I guess it's because of the media coverage, but there's always stories that unfold throughout the weekend that nobody would expect before, and that's interesting to me.
I do have a response to that. Don't let the media tell you how to think and feel.
I'm not.
You need to form your own opinions.
I'm letting the players tell the media
I'm
what's
just making a joke.
Your first point's absolutely true because
what did he say?
I think he said
because I've thought about this, like a football game, right? it's a collection of 22 men.
Mm-hmm. Warriors.
They're warriors, but they're dressed up and they got their cute armbands and stuff on. And if they play that game in front of no people,
I'm still watching
in the summer. But it doesn't matter. But then you take those same.
So you're talking about the preseason?
Yeah, I guess, or like a practice scrimmage or something.
Okay.
But it's still the same guys.
Yeah.
Doing the. But then all of a sudden you put them in this massive stadium, and like freaking Madonna's playing at halftime, and all of a sudden it's like we're supposed to care more.
Yeah,
Do you understand it all?
Are you talking about the difference between preseason and the Super Bowl?
Kind of.
Well,
at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's 22 guys running around.
Well, it's not the same thing because like the same guys that are in the Masters are going to be playing next week. The Super Bowl.
No. That is where you're wrong.
I mean, not the, but I mean the top guys are still playing.
Yeah, that's also where you're wrong.
Okay, well,
a lot of guys are going back to live. Some guys take a few weeks off.
As a former golf athlete, I was one of those athletes that just like to play. I don't like to watch.
I will say what's cool.
But to Will's point that he was making, why do we care about the playoffs more than the preseason? Because the guys are playing hard and they care more.
Man, this is the best.
And it makes us care more.
Yeah.
So I get that point.
And what's cool to me, speaking for myself, but past champions play in the Masters every year. So like Vijay Singh.
Arnold Palmer's playing this year?
All right, dude. He's dead. But I like that past champions to like get invited every year. They can play if they want to. Keeping up with like the champions dinner. What are they going to eat?
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's
taking a break. We like the Masters because they make a menu and eat food.
It's funny you say that because you literally came up with an idea of let's get your Masters champion dinner.
Yeah, it's called hosting a sports talk show for 3 hours a day.
But we talked about it. If you didn't care about it, you wouldn't mention it.
I talk about all kinds of crap I don't care about. Coming up next, Mack McCarthy joins us.
He's going to give us his Masters champion dinner.
You think I want to talk to Coach Mack?
Do you think I care that he coached in the Sweet 16?
You think I give two craps about Mack McCarthy?
Now, if he heard us say, who cares that he coached in the Sweet 16, he would say, how many Sweet 16s did you
Hey! How many Sweet 16 you played in? When we return, Mack McCarthy also coming up on our show. We're going to design our Masters menu.
Really?
Yeah, we're bringing it back.
Okay. But who cares about it, though? No one cares.
We're going to beat that dead horse for another year. All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
Ready to play a little kickball? Robbie's Clubhouse, a place for special needs adults and children, will host their annual kickball tournament on Saturday, April 26th from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Sarah Law Softball Complex located on Reedy Branch Road in Winterville. Come join the fun while helping the special needs community by joining us as a friendly kickball. To register a team, visit eventbrite.com and search Robbie's Clubhouse or call 252-916-9117 and we'll see you Saturday, April 26th.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. New spring arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and ShimmerBoutiqueOnline.com. Go Pirates!
Fish Street Hardware is bringing back mountain music and are springing back together to help our friends in Western Carolina on April 12th. This event kicks off at 12 with great food specials, giveaways, auction items, and a full day of amazing artists rocking the stage. Featuring local favorites Lonnie Britton, Tanner Oakley, Back Row Backsliders, Anna Park, Jake Mitchell, Eric Dunlow, and many more. Mark your calendars for April 12th and we will see you at Fish Street Hardware's Mountain Music Springing Back Together event. For all up-to-date information, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Fish Street Hardware.
I'm Morgan Ehlers here with Brian Cook. He's the comptroller with Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. When you're looking for a vehicle, say if I wanted a new truck in a specific brand, you have the capability of searching the entire country for that vehicle.
Right, we do. We can find anything you want. We take pride in it. A lot of friends come to me and get me to look for the next vehicle they want, and I take pride in buying it just like I was buying it for myself.
Greenville Motor Company and the new Greenville Auto World, we will earn your trust and business one vehicle at a time. Go online at driveherenow.com.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
We got the bases covered when it comes to having fun. Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
Big League Baseball returns to historic Granger Stadium in Kinston Friday, May 9th when our Down East Bird Dogs face off against the Ottawa Titans. Join Bojangles for opening night Friday, May 9th in Kinston. Learn more at downeastbirddogs.com.
We got the bases covered when it comes to having fun. Watch the Down East Bird Dogs play.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Rhonda with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. We are super excited about the Pirate baseball team. Russell's has a long history of dressing Pirate fans, both men and women, and we have a lot of new purple and gold in the store right now from popular brands like Johnny O, Peter Millar, Duckhead, and Gentile. Our attention to every detail means personal service and in-house alterations. We look forward to serving you, our Pirate friends and customers, at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 at 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Still to come, Cory Smith from Pack Pride with the NC State perspective on today's baseball game. Also, Bryce Williams will join us in studio. Brandon Manning and Chandler Honeycutt live from Clark LeClaire Stadium. Right now, you'll hear my chat with Mack McCarthy from earlier today, recapping the championship, the college basketball season, talking a little NASCAR, a little Masters as well. Here is that conversation. All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, former ECU head basketball coach Mack McCarthy, as we recap the college basketball season and hit on some other topics. Coach Mack, how you doing today?
I'm good. Basketball over, and just like always, right on time. We're looking forward to the Masters this week.
Yeah, the most overrated event in sports. We'll talk about that.
I know you're doing that for clicks, but that's one of the dumber takes I've ever heard.
Wow, okay. That's an honor. Of all the takes, all the shows you've been on, for that to be the dumbest. One of the dumbest.
I don't know if it's the dumbest, but it is certainly an honorable mention at worst.
I'm very good at dumb golf takes. One time I was watching some kind of father son event with Mully and saw Tiger Woods' kid, Charlie. Thank you.
Yeah.
And they like showed a close up of him swinging. I was like, man, look at his hands, man. He'd be a great wide receiver. He should play football. And Mully said, "You think Tiger Woods' son should play football? It's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life." I was like, all right, I get your point. He'll probably be a great golfer, but I'm just saying, kid's got good size. Anyway, we'll get to the Masters later. Mack, I called you when I got off yesterday. I was wrong about one thing and right about one thing. If Houston would have won last night, you would have won our bracket challenge. I had Hayden as our winner if Florida would have won last night, but I did not account for the big dog, Glenn Griffin, who had Florida winning the championship, and he was only a few points behind yesterday. So Glenn, kind of out of nowhere, comes back and wins the bracket challenge from Mack McCarthy. All you needed was a few more seconds of Houston leading, and you would have won that thing.
Yeah, congratulations to the big dog. He sort of came from behind like everybody else in the Final Four.
That was a trend, no doubt. Mack, I'm glad to be talking to you because I've been wanting to ask. Was it just really good defense we saw a lot of that game last night? Was it poor shot making, poor execution offensively? Because it was a bit of a sloppy game, especially there down the stretch for Houston, where they had several possessions where they couldn't even get a shot off. So do you give the defense credit for that, or do you blame what Houston and at times Florida was doing offensively last night?
No, I don't have any problem with the offense. It was difficult. The defense was outstanding for both teams, and the officiating had an awful lot to do with it. And not to criticize the officiating, it was the same through the whole tournament. They let them beat the living snot out of each other, and that does not make for a lot of great shot making. I can't even begin to explain 4 fouls in the first half and 26 or whatever it was in the second half. It makes no sense. Although I will say the teams participated in that. They just said, "Heck, we're just going to beat each other until they call it."
I guess there's like some things we just resign ourselves to be true, and that's if a team has 17 fouls and the other team has 1, by the next media timeout, it'll somehow be even. And we just like, okay, fine. That's the way it is. Like, is that frustrating as a coach? I guess it depends on what side you're on, but it seems like that's true 9 times out of 10 in games, right?
It is frustrating, but there are actual, logical reasons for it. I mean, teams adjust just like they adjust to officiating over the course of the game. They adjust even within periods of the game, and of course, the game really kind of changed officiating tenor after the technical foul. I think the next 11 calls or the next 7 calls or whatever it was went against Houston in that period of time. And it seemed like makeup, but I think the teams actually have a lot to do with that. And also there can be a big discrepancy if one is getting caught up in jump shooting all the time and the other one's taking it to the hole or getting it on the offensive glass. There are a lot of reasons that go into this that are not as simple as, hey, the officials changed the way they were calling things.
Mack McCarthy joining us. Heard Kelvin Sampson after the game talking about that last possession. And what did you think of what they tried to do there? He said that, Sharp, probably should have head faked. You got to get a shot off there one way or the other. You can't just turn it over at the end. But what did you think of the end of the game there?
Well, clearly they didn't execute what they were trying to do. You could see what they were trying to do. There was a dribble handoff involved. There was a misdirection screen involved, and then they took those things away, and then they finally got to their last option, and the young man kind of made a bonehead play there with the travel or
Yeah,
I guess
awkward.
it was going to be a travel.
Right.
But whatever it was awkward, and it wasn't a good possession. But again, so many of these things, like, okay, we were talking about the game before where we said Duke collapsed. Well, maybe Houston made a comeback, and the same kind of thing here. You got to give Florida a lot of credit for playing really good defense when they had to.
I believe the final 3 games for Florida in this tournament, they were down 9 in the second half.
Yeah,
and made comebacks. So what does that say about a team, Coach Mack? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and whatever, all the talking heads are going to say is, well, they were tested through the regular season and they played great competition. They were used to being in that situation, but I'm not sure I buy all that. They were a really good basketball team and they made good adjustments and they had a lot of different weapons and a lot of different ways to answer different things that occur, challenges that come up during the course of a game.
We've talked about this, Mac, but it's been a popular topic. I just want to get your words on the record again. We'll see another 13, 14, 15 seed win in the future of this tournament, right? Like Cinderella's not completely dead.
Not at all. Not at all. It was close this time. There were several opportunities, and the NIL and the transfer portal are causing lots of problems, but the tournament isn't going to be affected like that all the time. It was an aberration in my opinion.
A couple other basketball topics I want to hit on, Coach Mack, and one of those is rule changes. And I saw a video with some coaches talking about if you could change a rule, something you want to add, something you maybe want to take away. Heard, and this was in the college game, heard several college coaches talk about advancing the ball late in the game like they do in the NBA. You call timeout, you get it on your side of the court. One coach said the closely guarded 5 seconds. How is that called now? It used to be called like before you took a dribble, they would count, and then while you're dribbling, they would count. Now do they take it away while you're dribbling, I think? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's just holding the basketball, which
Right.
doesn't happen very often. But there are a couple things that the women's game has that I think women's game have that I think might serve the men well, and one of them is advancing the ball. I've heard some legitimate arguments to why that wouldn't be great, but it sure does enhance the strategy opportunities toward the end of the game. And the other one is the quarter system. And you saw one of the big arguments last night when a team goes into the 1-and-1 with 15 minutes to go in the half. You're going to see a parade to the free throw line for a lot of the remaining half game, whatever it is. But the one thing I can't really reconcile about the quarter system, I think it does have a little bit better flow to it for some reason. But the one thing I can't kind of get set in my mind is I like the 1-and-1. And I hate to take that out because if you have the quarter system, what the women do right now is once you get to the fifth foul, it's 2 shots from then on. But all free throws are 2-shot fouls, whether you're in the active shooting or whether you're in the bonus. There's the and one, but there's no 1-and-1 situation. And I kind of like the drama of the 1-and-1 situation late in the game.
Interesting. So does it reset every quarter? It's not halves.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
10-4. Interesting. We'll see if there are any rule changes. There are some every year. We talked about NFL rule changes last week on the show, so things are always evolving there. Mac, credit to me. I was excited about the women's championship on Sunday. I sat down and turned it on at tip-off and was ready for a good game and turned it off somewhere in the second quarter because it was pretty clear who the better team was in that game with UConn, the 2 seed, who was like a 7.5-point favorite over 1 seed South Carolina.
Yeah, UConn just kept getting better and better the whole year. There were times early in the year where I didn't think they were one of the teams that could win it. They just weren't playing that well, and they got to playing better in January and February and just kept improving. And some of that, well, like we talked about on the show last week, was health related, but some of it was just them finding the combination and the chemistry that they needed to play their best basketball. And you got a preview of it when they really beat the dog out of South Carolina during the regular season. and for some reason that's a really good matchup for UConn. But kudos to them. Number 12, most all time, and Paige Beckers goes out a winner with all her injuries during her career and that kind of thing. It was a pretty cool story, even though Ariema has been for the most part a villain his whole career.
I like when someone can take what is not really a cool name but make it cool, because Fudd is not a cool name, and it's I would say mostly associated with Elmer Fudd, Hunt and Wabbit. But that UConn Fudd is she's bad, so got to give her credit for that, making Fudd cool.
Yeah, as well as Beckers played throughout the tournament. Fudd was the big reason that they were in the position they were in and kicking butt in the Final Four.
Jarrett, you like Fudd?
I am just now hearing this for the first time. Big fan.
Big Fudd fan.
Big Fudd fan. Yes.
We got J-Bone here producing. He'll join us when we get to our NASCAR segment. Mack, the SEC dominates college basketball this year, as they've somewhat done with football, you could say, although the Big Ten owns the championship right now with Ohio State. So as we wrap up both college football and basketball, any kind of overall, I mean, it's almost like what you say, the money's the answer, what's the question? And right now the Big Ten and SEC are reigning supreme. Like what can these other leagues do to catch up, or is it almost too late for that at this point?
I don't think it's too late, but they've got work to do, and some of it goes with the hiring, and you've seen some big hires, and some of them will work out, some of them won't. Nobody knew who Todd Golden was a few years ago when he got that job. Unless you were a real insider, you had no clue about this young man out of Columbia and starting his career in kind of an administrative position at Auburn, and getting the San Francisco job, and here he is on top of the world. And which one of those new hires is going to be that guy?
I would love to see a line on NC State making the tournament next season. And I'm glad that I'm so confident Will Wade will be good there that he probably won't, because I'm wrong on everything. So hopefully I'm wrong on this, but I don't know, Mac. I just feel like he's going to, first of all, rally that fan base. They kind of like being the villain, I think. So and he's got a little bit of that in him. So I think he's going to do a great job there. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm betting on him being in the tournament if I'm you.
You got that, Jarrett?
I don't have that, but them to win the tournament next year is plus 10,000.
You're right. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they have basically same odds as like Villanova, Ole Miss, Wisconsin.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to win the tournament. Then again, I haven't been following the portal or anything like that. Mac, you're way too early next year. I mean, you've almost got to see what happens with the portal and everything, right? Like, is there anybody you know is going to be in the Final Four next year that you would put your money on today?
If you're putting a way too early top 25 out for next year, you're a sick puppy. I mean, there's no way that you could have a clue about that at this point. Who's going to go pro? Who's going to be in the portal? Who you're going to get in the portal? That's just insanity. And I saw a bunch of them today. John Fanta and a whole bunch of folks. Please, just give it a rest.
Those are the types of people that say the Masters are overrated. They're just like looking for. They need attention is what they need, Mac. All right, we'll talk about the Masters. Look, it's golf. Like, why? My thing is, what are you a fan of? Flowers? Like, what do you like? Birds? Like, go on a walk. If you were a golf fan, you'd watch every week, right? Because it's golf.
What was the book? A Good Walk Spoiled by John Feinstein?
Sure. Rest in peace. I don't know.
The Masters is special. The Masters is one of the bucket. If you're a sports fan at all and it's not on your bucket list, you're a fake sports fan.
Oh, a lot of hot takes being thrown out there today. Have you been, Mac? I'm sure we've talked about this. Have you been?
More than 20 times, yes.
Okay, I guess a guy that's been more than 20 times has a better read on it than I do. Are you typically a golf fan?
I'm a big golf fan, but I honestly don't pay that much attention except to the majors anymore. I used to keep up with it weekly and that kind of thing, but I love the majors. I get excited for all the majors, and there are only four. Don't bring me the players and all that stuff. It's the four majors. It's the two opens, the PGA, but nothing compares to the Masters.
PGA in Charlotte this year, Mac. You going to go to that?
Yeah. Probably not. I've been to a bunch of tournaments, and I've been to the PGA. Matter of fact, I've been to the PGA in North Carolina back in way back in the day when it was at Tanglewood outside of Winston-Salem. But the one I haven't been to, obviously, is the British Open, or the Open, as
The
they
Open. I'm a golf guy. I call it the Open.
say. Yeah, you're a golf guy, all right. You don't think the Masters is special. You are not a golf guy.
Mac, give me a pick this week.
I like Morikawa. He's playing really well, but hey, it really is tough to pick somebody, and a lot depends on the weather and everything else. But I'll take him if I'm going to have to pick one.
Well, Mac's pretty good at picking. You told us Hamlin last week as far as winning the race, and you're great at picking on this show. You're awful at picking a team because, Jared, can you give us the standings here?
Yeah, so after this week, Clip's still in the lead with 17 points. I have 9 points, and Mac -1.
Yes, sir.
It's a third straight week. I got the driver as the winner with Denny Hamlin going back-to-back Martinsville and Darlington. Mac had the best average, and then Kyle Larson's stupid self with a DNF. I got -1 there.
Mac is he's on a super speedway right now, just waiting for me and you to crash each other, and then somehow he's going to creep on by us this fall.
Blaney's going to get him at some point. I cannot tell you why Blaney has just got terrible luck this season so far, but he's getting there.
Yeah, it was over, and I was going to win, but I didn't. So, but I'm going to have to start winning in a hurry to catch you guys.
I mean, stupid Kyle, 160 laps down. Just get out of the way. Don't wreck.
Your guy.
Also,
your guy cost me the race. Your guy cost me the race.
Yeah, and
Jerry.
my guy won because of my other guy.
Didn't I was reading this throughout Sunday. Was it William Byron who led?
Yeah,
most of the laps, and that was an interesting number, Mac. I think it was like 2,000 the last time a driver went wire to wire.
Yeah, and that was a little bit of a fluke. It was at New Hampshire. Jeff Burton led all the laps, but they instituted a restrictor plate for that race because Adam Petty had gotten killed in practice, and it was they felt like it was too fast going into the turn, so they put a restrictor plate on it, and he led every single lap. So yeah, he did lead every lap, but that takes a real big asterisk right there.
Gotcha. Bristol this week?
Bristol this week.
All right. Mac, you going to be there?
No, I don't think so. I'm going to wait for the next Martinsville and Richmond and maybe one more Darlington.
All right. There you go.
I do like your odds, Mac, to have a winner this week with Blaney and Elliott. I think one of them can find the checkered flag.
Yeah, if your guys just stay the heck out of the way, Jerry.
All right, Mac, you got an official pick? You've been hot on these.
For Bristol?
Yeah.
I'll take the fan favorite. I'll take Elliott.
All right. There'll be what's the Dawsonville? Is it pool hall or what? Grill? What do they ring?
Yeah, the pool hall. They ring the siren. Yeah.
The siren. Yeah. Mac, enjoyed it, man. Kind of sad that basketball is come and gone. We've got the NBA. How about the Denver Nuggets, who have a chance to win a championship this year because they have one of, if not the best player in basketball, just fired their head coach and GM a week before or whatever the playoffs start.
Yeah, they're in fourth place in the West. I don't understand what's going on there. There must be more to it than we know.
Gotta be something. That is crazy. Hey, keep your phone on. Maybe they'll give you a call, Mac. I'd love to. What would you tell Jokic if you had a chance to coach him right now?
Shoot it when you have it.
And that's why he's a great coach. Mac, thanks, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Mac McCarthy joining us on Pirate Radio Live. When we return, we will talk to Cory Smith, Pack Pride. He will give us the report from the NC State side of things as they take on East Carolina coming up 6 o'clock at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Got that on the way. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live after this.
At Riley's Army, our mission is to provide support to children with cancer and their families in North Carolina. From emotional support to financial assistance, we are here to ensure no family faces this journey alone. Guided by faith and a commitment to love and service, Riley's Army invites you to join us. Volunteer, donate, or spread the word. Together we can make a lasting difference. Visit RileysArmy.com to learn more. That's RileysArmy.com.
Have you tried the new boneless wings from Wings Over Greenville? That's right, Wings Over has all new boneless wings. These juicy, crunchy boneless wings are available in any of their 17 bold flavors, from sweet and tangy to fiery hot. Every craving is covered. And just like in February, Wings Over Greenville is giving you 10% off your entire order when you use the code PIRATE25 online or in the app. Wings Over is open for lunch every day and is open until 3 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Visit wingsover.com today and soar into flavor with their new boneless wings. Wings Over Greenville, they deliver.
Doug Henry of Greenville is looking for your trade-in and your business. Doug Henry of Greenville is right on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial, and always right on the price and looking to beat every offer out there. Bring in any offer from CarMax, and they will beat it by $500. Just bring it in and you won't be disappointed. Doug Henry of Greenville has over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily, and you can always check them out online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Doug Henry, right on the corner and right on the price.
Hey Pirates, it's Lindsey Gray with Carolina Caliber. It's time for bats, balls, and turkey calls. Working on that grand slam? Swing into turkey season with the perfect shotgun to knock that gobbler out of the park. Brite, Mossberg, Weatherby, Savage, Beretta, Rossi, CVA, and Browning, you name it, we've got it. Choose from the largest selection in Eastern NC. We'll make you blow fans away. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
This summer, the Greenville Yard Gnomes are back at historic Guy Smith Stadium.
Hey there, it's me, Gnomeo, the Yard Gnomes mascot. You've heard of gnomes bringing good luck, right? Well, I'm here to bring you great baseball and tons of fun, too. We're excited to have a great team, including a few ECU baseball players this year.
Season tickets are on sale now, so visit yardgnomesbaseball.com to get yours today.
We'll have great food, cold drinks, and fun games for everyone. Come out and hang with your gnomies this summer and have some fun at the ballpark with us, the Greenville Yard Gnomes.
Saturdays are your day to kick back, relax, and have fun. That's why Ottavola Market Cafe is the perfect place to go for dinner, drinks, and takeout. Ottavola is open every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the bar side, serving a special selection of menu favorites of appetizers, pastas, and specialty pizzas. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or drinks with friends, Ottavola is the best choice every Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. Visit OttavolaMarket.com to see what's new, and visit Ottavola on Red Banks Road every Saturday starting at 4. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Ready for a home makeover? Bostic Sugg Furniture's new and now collection has the freshest styles you've been dreaming of. Store-wide savings on fashion-forward looks and styles for your living room, dining room, and bedroom. Hundreds of items in stock. Or let our team help you build a custom piece just for you. Plus, 6 months special financing and local delivery for just $19.37. Sleep better with over 30 models of brand name mattresses to choose from and up to 48 months special financing. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
At U.S. Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want or the phone plan that's right for you. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
Whoa, that's like getting tickets to both a wrestling match and a figure skating show.
Yep, get both. 4 free phones of your choice plus 4 lines for $90, no trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
This is Mack McCarthy, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Will you know ball, or at least pretend to very well? How much do you know golf? Do you bet golf?
I do at the majors.
Well, my buddy Coop, Stephen Cooper on YouTube, says I need 4 names this weekend. Lowest combined, your top 4.
Colin Morikawa.
I'm taking him. I always like taking him.
He's actually my pick. I think he's going to get over his Sunday struggles.
How about Ludwig?
Yep, he would. Oberg.
Okay, all right. We're
Will Zalatoris.
All right, I'll go with that.
And Scotty.
Do we not just take the favorite?
Yeah, Scotty. I mean,
okay. I kind of like that. There's our foursome right there. Coop, Zalatoris, Ludwig.
He's good at golf. I know that.
Scotty and Colin Morikawa. Boom. Simple as that. Lock it in. All right. We've got Pirate Baseball coming up tonight, 6 o'clock, Clark LeClaire Stadium, Pirates and Pack. Let's hear my chat with Cory Smith from Pack Pride as we spoke with Cory earlier today. Talked Will Wade, little Pack football, and the baseball game tonight.
All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live from Pack Pride, Cory Smith. Cory, good to have you on again. How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. Doing well. Good to be on with you guys.
Let's go ahead and get this out of the way because I just talked to Mack McCarthy earlier, former college basketball coach, and we talked a little Will Wade. How's the Will Wade madness going on in Raleigh right now? I gotta imagine people are pretty excited about that.
Just a little bit. Yeah. It's like the rare time that, NC State fans, boosters, and the AD all wanted the same guy and actually got him. Like, you think back to the last few coaching searches, some of them haven't gone well. Some of them have led to getting Sidney Lowe at the last minute, getting Mark Godfrey, which worked out nicely. And then obviously the last one, Kevin Keats, was one that obviously Debbie Yao really liked, but the fan base was kind of indifferent on. They're like, he's one of the mid-major level, but, has he really done anything outside of that? And, he proved himself in the early years, but this was the first time around. It was like, all right, this is our guy. And I think the fan base has really gotten behind him from, an NIL perspective, from a, social media perspective. It's been kind of crazy to see the way that people have gotten behind him there too. So, and obviously getting a few portal additions so far. They also landed a 5-star this past weekend and Matt Abel at the guard position. So, there's already still some good vibes going on. They still got 7 more roster spots to fill, but a lot of good things so far.
Real quick, from a football perspective, Cory, Pirates and Pack will open up in Raleigh later on this calendar year. Anything coming out of the spring for NC State making headlines? What are the talking points?
Not a ton. Just heard, so far I've heard that the offense was, well ahead of the defense this past spring. And that's to be expected. The defense had a lot to change. Obviously losing Tony Gibson, DJL, it comes in and new scheme, new system, everything. So we'll see exactly what the defense looks like once we get to that point. But everything we've heard is that CJ Bailey has progressed. Hollywood Smothers, who had a good end to the season last year and kind of became the bell cow back, except for the third quarter against ECU, which was weird. Those guys have really progressed, and we'll see what the wide receiver core has to offer. But, Noah Rogers, a couple guys that have come back from last year as well. Wesley Grimes, one of them. So several names to know at the top of that list. But we'll see if the defense is up to snuff by the time, the fall ends and, fall camp ends and we get to the season opener.
Yeah, I'm a bit hypocritical when it comes to bowl games. On the surface, I don't think they matter that much. And then I saw the kickoff, and it's NC State and ECU, and I was like, all right, I think I'm into this game. And
This matters. This matters, yeah.
And it did. I mean, it mattered to obviously the players that we talked to, but also Blake Harrell. I don't want to put too much on it, and I don't want to say it wasn't anything, but how much pressure does it add to Dave Doran to win the opener this upcoming season?
I mean, I think regardless, the pressure was going to be there to win the opener, but it does add a little bit more. The fact that you can't, as NC State fan base doesn't want to lose 2 times to ECU. They don't want to lose 2 times to anybody, back to back. But losing to ECU in a bowl game and then losing to ECU in the season opener, that would be a bit of a black eye for a guy that talked several years ago about trying to break off the whatever you want to call it, the hook and stuff like that. So. Dave Doran, and he's clearly taking it personally more than NC State fans have let on.
All right, on to baseball. Cory Smith joining us, Pack Pride, and it'll be the Pirates and the Wolfpack at Clark LeClaire coming up at 6. Usually at this time of the year, Cory, both teams would have better records. Sometimes they'd have a number beside their name heading into this game. Kind of different here. NC State is coming off a couple of wins against Virginia, but the Pirates got a lot of questions at this point in the season. How about NC State? What's the feeling over there with the baseball team, the Pac-9 so far?
Yeah, it's been looking up in the last couple of weekends. Obviously, you'd rather win the series against Duke, but they looked solid in that series. And this past weekend against UVA, obviously you needed a miracle comeback to be able to do that, but they have the bats to be able to win games. They just haven't been able to put it all together. Chris McHugh, Josh Hogue, those two kind of the heroes this past weekend. Drew Lamphere getting a chance to step up, and then Luke Nixon, a guy that's done it both at the plate and on the base paths as well. Not as many stolen bases as you'd like from him so far this season, but 11 of 13 on the year. So they've got a couple pieces that they really, really like and have played well so far this season. Haven't been those like big, really big bats so far yet for NC State. Justin DeCrisio and then Braden Frostman, along with the two that I mentioned earlier, Chris McHugh and Josh Hogue, both of them, they're all tied at 6 home runs apiece so far. So no one's really separated as, the big bat in this lineup. But Chris McHugh has really been the guy so far this season to be the most consistent, hitting near 350 so far. There's only 2 guys in this entire lineup that are hitting over 300. But, obviously slugging percentage for NC State, no guy over 600 so far, but, 557 again for Chris McHugh. And that's kind of where, you really want this lineup to be able to kind of keep turning over and be able to score some more runs consistently. But they've been able to do that with the home run here lately. We'll see if that translates to tonight against ECU.
And it looks like midweek, State has been putting up some runs, a lot of double-digit scores. Most of the time it's State, sometimes the opponent. So we should, I guess, expect to see some runs tonight from one, if not both teams. Could be some runs on the board.
Yeah, the question mark for NC State in midweek games has constantly been, who are you going to put out there on the mound? And, that's been a little bit of a shuffle as far as the starters are concerned. They tried to go a couple times with Cooper Consiglio, and that hasn't gone particularly well. I'm interested to see who they go with tonight. I don't know if that's necessarily been announced at this time we're recording this, but they've got a couple guys that have been pitching well out of the bullpen. Andrew Schaffner as well has pitched well, so we'll see if he gets an opportunity. Anderson Nance has pitched well too. A couple guys that maybe get those opportunities over a Cooper Consiglio, and Matt Willitson kind of sitting back there as a potential guy that hasn't really pitched so far this season, came back from injury this past year. But, your weekend guys are solidified right now. It's still that midweek and who are they going to go with? And in a pressure situation, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go with Consiglio still. But he's a guy that has an over 7.5 RPI, ERA going into this game. So it's a little bit of a question mark.
Cory Smith joining us. Going to be a great crowd. A lot of purple, a lot of gold, and some red smattered in between. So going to be a fun one out there at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Cory, as we wrap it up, man, the ever-changing landscape of college athletics. East Carolina we pride ourselves on being kind of the underdog and trying to beat up on the in-state teams like NC State. I got a lot of state buddies that feel the same way, where they're trying to beat Carolina and Duke, and now it almost feels like the ACC is trying to catch up with the Big Ten and the SEC. Do you feel that way as somebody who follows NC State athletics, ACC athletics, that it's changed, especially you look at the SEC really dominance in basketball, Big Ten as the football champion, that the ACC is almost trying to play catch up right now?
Yeah, definitely. And I think a big part of that is money. It's not just the fact that, you're not competitive enough right now, but it's also just the fact that, these teams have more money to spend. And with the revenue sharing coming in, that's expected to help across the board. But, there's so much money coming in from a revenue standpoint already, and being able to kind of put some of that in NIL for, the SEC and Big Ten teams, that they're going, all right, we're going to spend. There's been several teams that have said, we're going to use our entire allotment of revenue sharing, which is $20.5 million, and we're going to pour that all into football. And we're going to say, all right, the rest of the programs are going to be substantial enough NIL wise to compete. You think of like an LSU, Alabama, those programs, the NIL is already good enough if you pour it just into basketball and women's basketball and things along those lines. Baseball obviously being one too. But they're just going to say, all right, all the revenue sharing is going to go straight to football. And how much has that changed the complexion of the college game for programs like the ACC and Big 12 that maybe don't have the NIL right now to compete with those types of programs. So it's going to be an interesting next few years as the ACC tries to get back in it. Obviously, from a basketball standpoint, you've seen the past couple weeks some of the hires that have been made by ACC programs. We talked about Will Wade earlier. They feel like that should make them more competitive. Now it's about having the money to go out there and get the players that you want to be able to compete on a consistent basis too.
Good stuff from Cory Smith. Long before Cory was associated with Pack Pride, I was a lurker, and there's nothing more entertaining than going over there after an NC State loss. And after a big win, I'll go check it out as well. But always been a Pack Pride lurker, and a lot more than just the message board, though. Cory, I was following you during the Will Wade stuff. You were all over that, and articles, a lot of good stuff going on over there, right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we've got a lot of it's very, very active right now. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, still looking for 7 players in the transfer portal or potentially in the 2025 class that they're looking to add over the next couple weeks as they try to round into things and get into the summer and then get out there and get the first recruiting class built as well.
Cory, thanks for joining us, man. We'll catch up with you later on this year and talk some Pirate and Pack football.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, East Carolina. Put it up earlier. Pirates a slight home dog today to NC State. Saw the line on FanDuel. Had NC State minus 130, Pirates plus 102 on the money line, and the over-under 12.5. So talked about it with Cory, expecting some runs tonight at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number 2. Man, still a lot to get to on today's show, including Bryce Williams in studio, live check-in with Brandon Manning to talk a little Pirate baseball, live check-in with Sean in hour number 3. We'll get a Steven Sausage tailgate check-in coming up. So all that and more on the way. Our Fleet Feet rundown as well. Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
It's time for a family fun barbecue fundraiser to support Riley's Army and families facing pediatric cancer. Join us Sunday, May 4th from 3 o'clock to 6 p.m. at QC Kinetics and treat you and your family to a barbecue dinner provided by Beaker's Brisket. Individual plates are $15 and family meals are 4 for only $50. Everyone who purchases a meal or donates will have the chance to enter an exciting raffle. We can't do it alone. We need an army. Order or donate online now at rileysarmy.com.
Enjoy the warm air circulating moments after you turn up the heat. Precise control of cooking temperatures. Enough hot water on demand for everyone's shower. The instant glow of warmth when you turn on your fireplace or fire pit. Never having to change a gas tank on your outdoor grill. Experience the affordable luxury of natural gas. Find out more at GUC.com.
Greenville, are you ready for the biggest beauty event of the year? Beauty Bar Medi Spa Spring Extravaganza is coming soon. From March 24th to April 4th, get exclusive savings on Botox, fillers, skin bead, painless laser hair removal, advanced lasers, and more. Expert care, stunning results, a glow you'll love. This is your time to shine. Appointments fill up fast. Call at 252-752-1406 or visit beautybarmedispa.com to book your free consultation today. Beauty Bar Medi Spa, where confidence begins.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Tired of the same old gym routine? Rebel Fitness is here to change the game. Whether you're throwing punches, kicking it in kickboxing, or mastering MMA, we bring the heat with specialized group classes that make fitness feel like a fight you actually want to win. At Rebel Fitness, we're not just about lifting weights, we're about lifting spirits. Join a community of badasses who are rebelling against the norm and crushing their fitness goals. Sweat, lift, move, fuel, fight for a healthier, happier you. Rebel Fitness, where fitness meets fun. Join the movement today. Visit us at 3700 Charles Boulevard or visit rebelfitnessnc.com.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Planning a special event, whether it's a baby shower, bridal luncheon, birthday party, or even a tailgate at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. Their fan favorite mini croissant platters is just one of many options to choose from, perfect for any occasion. With a variety of chicken salad flavors, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Let us do the work while you enjoy the event. Delicious, fresh, and served with a smile. Chicken Salad Chick Catering. Make every event memorable. Visit chickensaladchick.com to place your catering order. Just remember, you pick it up and we'll have it ready to go. Chicken Salad Chick, where every event is a little bit tastier.
Pirate Radio.
And you, lad?
I'm Peter.
That's not a pirate name. What about Dastardly Jim, eh?
No.
Very well. In punishment for lack of an interesting pirate name, Peter shall walk the plank.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Caleb Stroud of Stroud's Marine grew up on the water and has loved boating his entire life. That's why in 2012 he decided to give back to the marine community by creating a way for boaters to order pre-owned salvage marine parts online. Stroud Marine was born to offer incredible prices and unparalleled customer service. Their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts. Now back into PRL. Here's a clip.
All right, thank you, Grayson. Wrapping up hour number 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Score on our Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. It'll take me a day or two to get over the fact there's no college basketball to follow, but there is Major League Baseball. Yankees lose 5-0, shut out by Scooble and the Tigers today. Will, your thoughts?
Scooble is very good. We saw that. The only offense we got against him were back-to-back singles to lead off the game by Goldschmidt and Rice, and then from there it was 15 straight hitters that he retired.
Wow. I've struggled on Nerfies this year. Got that one.
Yeah.
Wasn't looking good early, but...
the only inning Carlos Carrasco did not give up a run in. So.
5-0. Bombers dropped to 6-5. Tigers 7-4 on the young season. Clayton McCullough's Marlins with a 2-1 lead over the Mets in the third inning, and Guardians and White Sox hitless and scoreless as they play in the bottom of the third inning. Coming up later, Burley and the Pirates, and the Cardinals, rather, taking on the Pirates tonight in Pittsburgh. Dodgers and Nats in Washington. Braves were rained out on Sunday. I was all in on Atlanta on Friday, home opener. Season starts today, and they won 10-0. But followed that up with the loss to the Marlins. So the Braves are 1-8 on the year, and our favorites tonight against the 7-2 Phillies. Chris Sale and Zach Wheeler, great pitching matchup tonight in Atlanta. Cubbies host the Rangers. We got O's baseball for you, a little late night O's baseball as they take on the Diamondbacks. That'll be 9:40 first pitch. You can hear it tonight on Pirate Radio. Charlie Morton, ageless wonder, on the mound for Baltimore. AL West matchup, Astros and Mariners tonight. Is the Danny Beal show out and available for everyone at this point, Shirley? I'm getting a thumbs up, yes. Will that be coming to the Pirate Radio airwaves? I'm getting another thumbs up. I kind of like this communication with Shirley. No talking, all hands. I'm seeing 6 o'clock. Danny Beal show coming up with interviews as he talked to just about every Pirate involved in professional baseball for 5 or so minutes. So kind of quick hitting interviews just to get an update on where everybody is, how everybody's doing, and I think people will really enjoy that if you have not already heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at me as if you want to say something.
Oh, yeah, just some sad news out of Major League Baseball today. Octavio Dotel passed away
Former
today, unfortunately.
Astro. Oh, he passed away?
Yeah, they originally reported, well, for some background, there was a nightclub in the Dominican Republic that the ceiling collapsed last night. I believe I saw 18 victims and more injured. Octavio was one of those 18. They said he survived the crash and then passed away on the way to the hospital. So rest in peace to Octavio Dotel. And Nelson Cruz's sister, I believe. It was reported that was also involved in that.
Dang, that's awful. You see why Cody Bellinger didn't play today?
I did. And I don't think it would have mattered, but
food poisoning.
Wings apparently last night.
Oh, that's
So if you're ever going to the Detroit area, since we don't know where he got his wings from, just stay away from eating wings is what I'm hearing.
I mean, I would think, I guess players go out.
I mean, it was their first night in the city, so they probably went out to team dinner.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter in his documentary chronicled that a lot. They would always go out to eat in different cities, and because a lot of the players know each other from whether they played together or minor leagues or college, so they go out and see each other, I guess.
Did you hear my Derek Jeter documentary take?
No, and I have a strong take about this documentary. So,
well, I, as a Braves fan, did not like Derek Jeter or the Yankees.
I
understood. And was just never a Jeter fan because he was the shortstop of the New York Yankees.
That's reasonable.
The documentary changed my opinion on Jeter, which made me feel like a schmuck and that I am susceptible to propaganda.
So you have a positive take on it?
I do.
Good. Because I am of the opinion that of all the sports documentaries I've watched, it is the second most well put together sports documentary I've seen behind The Last Dance.
All right. Have you seen Hoop Dreams?
No.
That's an old one from the 90s.
I was going to say that may just be my youth.
Yeah.
But of all the ones I've personally watched with my 2 eyes, not the ones I've heard about, it's the second best.
Jeter had the Jordan thing, and I guess to some degree the the Kobe thing where he was just like almost obsessed and weird when it came to greatness, which you have to be if you're going to be that great.
I never understood the whole making fun of the Mamba mentality or making fun of the way Jordan or Jeter or like Gretzky thought. Like, why would you not, if you had that much God-given ability and that a big support system as they did with the Bulls, the Lakers, the Yankees, why would you not try to put on for your city and be great? Like that mindset that they were corny for that is just soft to me.
I didn't know. Yeah, I came away. Obviously, I respected Jeter for what he did, but like I came away a bit of a fan. I hate to say.
Yeah.
Glad I can say that now and not while he played. We'll take a break. Come back. Hour 3. Got Bryce Williams, Fleet Feet Rundown, and some check-ins for you at Clark LeClaire Stadium as the Pirates take on the Wolfpack. A big one tonight. Midweek, East Carolina trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Hey, buddy, it's me, your foot.
What? Are you okay?
Not so much. These old shoes are killing me.
But I've had these for years.
Years? I've been stuck in these things and now I'm screaming. You need custom fit shoes, my friend. And we're not talking one size fits all here. You need comfort, support, and most importantly, freedom.
Well, how do I get that?
Head over to Fleet Feet. They'll make me feel like $1 million and keep you running strong.
Fleet Feet at the Old Gordon's Golf location on Arlington Boulevard. They custom fit every shoe for your unique foot. Visit Fleet Feet and step into comfort. Your feet will thank you.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
Are you thinking about purchasing a new home? Stop by and see us at Integrity Home Mortgage at our new location in Greenville at 1420 Arlington Boulevard. This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Joanne Weir, at 531-1148.
Joanne Weir, in MLS 75974.
For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender in MLS 208516.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. Thank you, Grayson. We got Will. We got Shirley. We've got to introduce the guest to my left. There's only one way to do that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I saw the light. I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man.
All right, Clip Rock, Chandler Honeycutt, and Cooper Greer on the guitar, who just performed at Pirate Fest this weekend. Bryce Williams is here. What's up, Bryce?
How y'all doing? I'm good. I didn't really answer that.
How y'all doing? I'm good. You answered it. You just asked the question before you answered it. We as humans do have like awkward, like we say, "How you doing?" and we were not really asking. It's just saying. It's just
like
acknowledging the person.
Hey, how are you? And you just kind of keep going.
All right, we've got another man that we have to play a song for. Do you have that ready to go, Will? Because he has an intro as well. Hit it.
I used to be hell on wheels back when I was a younger man. Now my body says, "Oh, you can't do this, boy." But my pride says, "Oh, yes, you can."
Should we play it if he's not in studio?
I don't think so.
All right, cut it.
No, hey, if he ain't here, you don't get it.
Joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line, B-Man, Brandon Manning. What's up, Brandon?
Oh, how's it going, guys? It's another great day in Eastern North Carolina.
That it is. Bryce is, I tell you what, Bryce is a sensitive fella. If everything ain't the way he wants it, he has questions. If where's Chandler? Where's Bone? But he's been asking the last couple weeks, where's Brandon Manning?
Where's Brandon?
Where do you not?
I was there last week.
Huh?
Was I there last week?
I don't think you were on Bryce Day.
No, I was not on Bryce Day. I had to switch days because I had a baseball game.
Hey, if you're avoiding me, it's okay.
Bryce takes it personal if you're not here on his day.
Bryce, it's a busy time of the year, my friend. It's you know what time of year it is, so I have to get fully prepared for everything and take my minutes when I can get my minutes away.
I tell you what, we're not on that priority list, but I get it.
You know what you need to do, Bryce, is join Brandon's kids' baseball team. And maybe you could get some Brandon Manning time.
I could see him.
Put Bryce in right field. B-Man, I think you got a ball game of your own, but the Pirates have a big one taking on NC State. We'll go over this more when you're in studio again. But the Brandon Manning, the Brandon Manning plan to host, and even the Brandon Manning at-large plan is looking in danger right now.
No, the hosting thing, I think that is out the window. In large part due to there's no way for us to get to the level we need to with our conference schedule. We just don't have a hard enough conference, and if we're struggling at home and on the road to get good quality wins, then it's just hard to do. So, I mean, I still think we can win the conference. I think we can have a good showing in the conference tournament, and I personally think we'll get into a regional somewhere, but that guaranteed host spot is out of the question now, in my opinion.
Yeah, and now we're kind of worried about getting in as an at-large, which, you know what, I embrace. I say, all right, let's have a challenge. Let's maybe we have to win our conference tournament this year. But first things first, we'll worry about tonight. We'll worry about trying to snap a 3-game losing streak as the Pirates take on NC State. And just generally speaking, Brandon, you and I both have a lot of state buddies. You've had friends and teammates that have played there, so you know how important this game is for the players, but also maybe even more so like the fans and families, and it's just a fun night out of the ballpark when these two get together.
You know, typically it's a who's who here locally. People that don't typically go to the games always circle this game on their schedule just because of the parity in it. I mean, that we're pretty much, if you take the names off the stats for this year's team, you wouldn't be able to tell which team was which unless you just truly memorize everything this year. So I think it is a coin toss on who really gets to win. But I'm hoping for the Pirates, obviously. But I think this year it means so much more because we always have a chance to win this game, especially this year. I mean, we're coming off a home-and-home sweep of them last year. So this year everybody thinks and hopes that's going to continue.
I mean, we can all Captain Obvious at Brandon and say, all right, we can't walk guys, can't give up bombs. Got to play cleaner defense, whether it be a ground ball to short or a fly ball in the outfield. Just kind of little things that you would think would be taken care of at this point in the year by an ECU baseball team because they've had so much success over the years. And that's what kind of makes this season surprising, Brandon, just kind of the sloppiness at times this team has shown on the field. And I don't know, man, how do you kind of clean that up moving forward?
Just harping on the small things. I mean, I think our big thing approach is always going to be very successful. We have our goals and aspirations every year, and everybody knows what Pirates want to be every year. But you know, this year it's just a few pitches here and there is a difference. I mean, but our team batting average is higher than our pitchers' allowed batting average, if you will. We've hit more home runs than we've given up. I think our team batting average is higher than NC State's. I was trying to look up some of that stuff earlier. I couldn't really get a lot of good stuff on NC State. They're on neutral sites. Their record is the same as ours, but the Pirates just got to get back to the basics, man. They got to get. I think sometimes we press a little bit, and I was talking to one of the coaches at a local game the other day, and I said, you know what? There's a lot of freshmen playing out here tonight. I said, and those freshmen tend to make mistakes. I said, it happens in college too, and it's okay. When they first get there, these guys are still 18 playing against some 23 and 24-year-olds at that point in time in front of 4,000 and 5,000 people at times. And, we forget at ECU because we're so spoiled rotten when it comes to just great talent. We forget sometimes that, hey, they still are kids, and we still do have a young team, and they're going to make mistakes until they're, able to just push through it and just mentally get over the hump. And I think that's true for all sports, but especially baseball when you fail so much in baseball. So, I mean, if Bryce drops 7 out of 10 passes, he's not going to play that many times. But, I mean, if a baseball player gets out 7 out of 10 times and they're hitting 300, then, hey, you're not doing too bad.
I want to bring Bryce into the discussion. Bryce, you probably don't even remember this, but we'll try to bring your football life into what's happening with ECU baseball. So you are 4-3 in 2015. All right, not great, but not terrible. And then the Pirates lose to Temple because that was the span of time where we just could not beat Temple. Get beat 31-13 against UConn on a Friday night, weird game, and then lose at home to South Florida. 3 straight losses. You then went on the road and beat a really bad UCF team. But like, and I looked at this year in particular because you didn't lose a ton when you played here, and when you did, you didn't have many long losing streaks. So I'm going to say this was your longest losing streak at ECU, 3 games. But like, what do you do at that point as a team? Like, you individually are going to keep doing what you're doing, showing up to practice, all that. But as a team, how do you not let it tailspin at that point?
I guess you have to obviously have a short memory and know how good you are, but you got to make sure everybody else is on that same page. So keeping that morale up. Obviously there's get used to winning, and then there's teams that get used to losing, and staying out of that hump of getting used to losing. So, just trying to keep on the same track and realize that you can win, and it's really a whole team mindset. And obviously that goes from coaches to players, and just keep moving forward. And I guess thankfully we had a little gimme, I guess you could say, in the UCF.
That helps too.
That
Get
helps.
one of them.
Get one of them helps. But yeah, it's definitely tough. With a 3-game losing streak, obviously with ECU baseball is known for winning a lot. So I'm sure that's something that's fairly uncommon to have a 3-game losing streak
at home.
Yeah. So obviously they're a great baseball team with a great head coach and great coaching staff. So it's just those guys bouncing back, and I feel like sometimes ECU does have that feel of getting over that hump and keep going, and used to being the underdog, at least in football. Baseball I wouldn't say as much, but I think there's hope, and those guys just got to keep trucking it.
Pirates are a slight underdog tonight, according to FanDuel, against NC State. Brandon.
Yeah, we're going to have to be. Just think that's what we are in the season. That we're going to have to be a underdog. But I think we win. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm not going to call a 10-run victory. I'm not going to do all that. I think we win this game. I think we throw 4 or 5 pitchers out there and get it done.
We'll wrap it up here real quick. Brandon talked about it with Mully, hour 1. We'll get your take on it again. We probably discussed it a little bit this year, but John White on YouTube says, I don't get the shaking of the head constantly at the plate, and agree with Mully on this. Different type of baseball where celebrations happen constantly. Chest pounding after 2 strikes is reinforcing a negative, per a sports psychologist I know. Just saying. We were talking about kind of the dancing and the theatrics, and I try not to care about it one way or the other, because there's the same folks that if the team is upset because they're losing, will say, hey, you show better body language, smile, all that. So I don't get into it one way or the other, but it is a big topic with this team. Do you have a take on that?
Do I have a take on that? I'm sort of, if you do it and it's in the heat of the moment, genuine, I'm all for it. But some of this stuff is literally looks like they have rehearsed a dance, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they don't, and it's sort of over the top, but the 2-strike chest pounding thing that they do, and I think that is a something between the hitter and third base coach this year. I don't even know what it is. We're talking about it, and nobody really knows what it is. What if they're saying, hey, I saw that pitch, I'm on it, they're doing something? I don't know. Cliff hasn't said that. I haven't got that memo from anybody, but I'm okay with it, I guess, in moderation. Does that make sense?
I guess.
I don't think that the.
All I know is if you're winning, you can basically do whatever the hell you want. Nobody will care.
You want to do.
Yeah.
But you're. A wise man said, it's hard to be humble, but it's necessary. So if you got all these people that are just winning and doing everything, you can get away with a little bit more.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But right now, hey, we're something we're doing is not right. Whether it's bad juju with the baseball gods or, whatever you want to say, but something we're doing is just not working. We got to get some candlesticks, live chicken.
Bring in the live chicken. Yep.
Yeah. So.
All right, B man.
Do you know what that means? Does Bryce even know what that means?
Do you know that reference? The live chicken. Bryce, all-time great movie, all-time great sports movie, Major League.
No, that was Bull Durham.
Pedro Serrano wanted a live chicken, Brandon.
Pedro Serrano wanted a live chicken, but when I said candlesticks and live chicken, when Arliss or Michael or whatever went up to the mound for the visit, they're like, yes, we don't know what to get Millie for their wedding gift and blah, 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 blah. That's where that is from.
All right. Well, I was talking about Major League with Serrano's chicken. Then they got a bucket of KFC.
That was Joe Boo.
Yes. All right.
He drank Joe Boo's rum. That's a different one.
All right. We don't need to read the entire plot. Now is the perfect time for a review of your home, auto, life insurance with a trusted and experienced agent. Call Brandon Manning with Farm Bureau Insurance. He'll give you a review and talk baseball movies with you. 531-1812. His clients always have his number. He is available before, after business hours. He's coaching ball tonight. He's watching the Pirates. So write the number down and call him tomorrow, 252-531-1812. Give him Brandon a call, schedule a review, get a free quote. All right, B-Man, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Hey, if you don't have tickets to tonight's game and you can't make it to Winterville for a Little League game, J.H. Rose and South Central at South Central tonight. Be a great baseball game to check.
And Brandon always promoting local live baseball as well. Thank you, B-Man. See you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, there is Brandon Manning joining us.
Was that a topic, I guess, pretty much saying we're doing like showboating when it's probably not necessary?
Yeah, they also do this thing, and I believe in the past it has been like during pitching changes and stuff, or maybe between innings where a player will dance in front of the dugout. And years ago, it was our guy, Jake Hunter, who I'm a huge fan of. And he would be the dancing dude. Now, I guess it's Ryan Towers who has added a little more to the repertoire. And some people don't like it and say there's not a place for it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like kids, and some, probably depends on your age and all that.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, if you're winning games, people are not complaining about it outwardly. You might not like it, but nobody's going to complain if you are, what are the Pirates right now, 20-13, 33 games? If you're 27-6, nobody gives a damn about dancing.
Yeah. That'd be one of those things. Like that was one pet peeve. If teams losing in football and make a first down and they like make it like some big deal, I can't stand it. I'm like, just keep your head down and just.
Well, to me, it makes you look foolish.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, one of my favorite things as a kid, I thought it was so cool. We had a guy, Brian Mitchell, Washington. Maybe should be in the Hall of Fame. One of the best kick return guys of all time. But I don't know what his deal. He had the biggest chip ever. Every time he got tackled, he would get up and get in the guy's face like he wanted to fight him. And but one time, a guy hit him hard on a kick return and started dancing and celebrating, and he was just pointing. And I was like, Dad, what is he doing? What is he? And he said he's pointing to the scoreboard. It was the first time I'd ever seen that in a game, and Washington was up like 38 points or whatever. And I was like, well, that's how you squash celebrating right there.
Yeah.
You point to the scoreboard and say, hey, dude, what are you dancing at? We're up by 30 points.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, anytime somebody does that kind of at the wrong time, it's a little cringy, I guess.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Why you're losing? I don't get it. Things aren't going good. Like I always like how Barry Sanders, was act like you've been there before.
Now that
I don't know.
I don't mind a little fun. At the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird because it's like,
I think it's a balance. I guess you could say, like Brandon said, like, if it's genuine in the heat of the moment and you've done something good, like bang a homer, and you maybe know, okay, you do a little like, all right, cool, but
yeah. And there's multiple. Jerry Rice never celebrated. He's the greatest of all time. You could say Barry Sanders. Emmitt Smith was famous for taking his helmet off after a touchdown, to the point where they then made it illegal to take your helmet off. So, like, I don't know. There's ebbs and flows with it. There are some new rules in the NFL. We'll take a break. I'll hit on some of the new NFL rules with Bryce. We'll do that. Also, Grayson and Will, we're going to beat this dead horse. We are going to give if we won the Masters, what would be our dinner we serve? So the previous year's champion gets to pick the meal for all the Masters winners. And I'll talk about some of the past, and I will ask you what would be on your menu. We got that. Fleet Feet Rundown. Oh, we got to check in with the old Chonsky as well. See what he's doing. He's out there hobnobbing. Yep. We'll do that when we return Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Ashley, and I'm inviting you to join me for the First Step 5K and 1 Mile Fun Run in Grimesland, April 19th, beginning at 9 a.m. All proceeds go to support Haven at Blue Creek, a women's rehabilitation center committed to providing a safe and nurturing environment for women overcoming addiction. The 5K features a run, ruck, or walk, a 1 mile fun run, plus refreshments and bounce houses for the kids. As a former resident of Haven, I know how much your support will help the women in our community who are rebuilding their lives. To register, go to runsignup.com and let's make a difference together.
We're inside the Pirate Radio studios with our friends from QC Kinetics. Don, who are the people that need these services?
If you have arthritis, partial ligament tears, bulging or herniated discs in your back or neck, golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, and other joint and soft tissue issues, come see us at QC Kinetics and we can get you back in the game of life without surgery, drugs, or downtime.
Don, give us the number.
252-765-PAIN. 252-765-PAIN.
That's QC Kinetics.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Greenville, are you ready for the biggest beauty event of the year? Beauty Bar Medi Spa Spring Extravaganza is coming soon. From March 24th to April 4th, get exclusive savings on Botox, fillers, skin bead, painless laser hair removal, advanced lasers, and more. Expert care, stunning results, a glow you'll love. This is your time to shine. Appointments fill up fast. Call at 252-752-1406 or visit beautybarmedispa.com to book your free consultation today. Beauty Bar Medi Spa, where confidence begins.
Hey there, Eastern North Carolina. Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. The Brown & Wood service specials include a tire price match guarantee, a $199 AC Delco front brake pad installation special. We also have a brake rotor rebate of $40 and a synthetic oil change on most vehicles for $89.95. Don't forget, free pickup and drop-off at Brown & Wood. 89 years in business, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street is now open 7 days a week. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. Join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Rhonda with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. We are super excited about the Pirate baseball team. Russell's has a long history of dressing Pirate fans, both men and women, and we have a lot of new purple and gold in the store right now from popular brands like Johnny O, Peter Millar, Duckhead, and Gentile. Our attention to every detail means personal service and in-house alterations. We look forward to serving you, our Pirate friends and customers at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
This is Wyatt Lunsford Shankman. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The technicians at New Blue stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is ready to help with any electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs. New Blue also now specializes in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. Contact them today at callnewblue.com. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Now back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, on a Tuesday. We got Pirate Baseball 30 minutes from now-ish at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We'll check in with Chandler Honeycutt in just a moment. We'll have our Fleet Feet rundown later on, and go Pirate Radio Outdoors with Bryce Williams. Real quick, let's talk food. Bryce and I tend to talk food around this time every Tuesday.
Always.
Let's talk Masters dinner menu, and we'll get intern Grayson's and Will's menus. Scotty Scheffler, he loves the cheeseburger sliders and firecracker shrimp. He's gone with that multiple times as his appetizers at the Master dinner. His main course, he goes ribeye or redfish, blackened redfish. You down with that?
Oh, yeah.
Some other, when Hideki Matsuyama won, Wagyu beef ribeye. I could roll with that. Of course, he's got the sushi and chicken skewers for appetizers. Let's see. Dustin Johnson, pigs in a blanket.
Hey.
And lobster and corn fritters for an appetizer. Interesting. Filet mignon. And marinated sea bass, his main course. So I guess you go with a fish and a beef option there with your main course. Let's see, Patrick Reed with some salads, bone-in cowboy ribeye, mac and cheese, kind of a nice American meal there. So those are some ideas for you. Jordan Spieth, authentic Texas barbecue, had beef brisket, pork ribs. So yeah, everybody kind of throws their own little flavor into it. So, all right, Will, we'll start with you. What is your appetizer you're serving at your Masters dinner?
Up until about 30 seconds ago, I was going to go with a buffalo chicken dip, but I'm going to go with garlic butter mac and cheese.
As an appetizer?
Yes.
All right, garlic butter mac and cheese. What is your main course?
A nice Wagyu steak.
Okay.
If I had to pick a fish, I don't know because I haven't given it thought, but
we'll let Bryce pick the fish.
Yeah.
And then your dessert.
My grandmother's tiramisu.
Okay. Shout out Nancy. All right, Grayson.
Okay, I got two appetizers. So we're going to have fried mac and cheese balls and then Caesar salad.
Okay.
Such a college thing. 2 mac and cheeses from 2 different used to it.
And then my main course, I don't do seafood, so we're not going to have seafood, but I'm thinking steak and then penne alla vodka.
What kind of steak we got?
Just a fat steak.
Just steak.
A good steak.
Sirloin, strip, ribeye.
Whatever you like. We'll have all the choices.
Okay, there we go.
Good steak and dessert.
Like a fat banana split.
Huh.
Fat banana split. Does that mean big?
Like big, like Home Alone, like the big Sunday, like.
Okay.
There you go. Those are the menus.
I was going to say, let me just pick one of them, but out of them two. But unfortunately, guys, y'all let me down. Golly.
No.
I'm sorry. I think I'd rather have Shirley. Shirley was saying something.
All right,
good.
Shirley, what do you got? We've done this for years, so let's hear Shirley's menu. What appetizer?
Okay, with the appetizer, I was just going to go with something simple, like, chips and queso. Like
That's pretty simple.
Okay.
Very simple.
Well, because most of the time, you just want something to nibble on, but you don't want a whole lot.
Right.
Okay.
Because you're looking forward to the main meal. The main course, well, I mean, it's the Masters. It's in, Augusta. You're in the South. Got to go with a traditional Southern meal, at least in my household. Cube steak and gravy with a side of white rice. And your choice of steamed broccoli or steamed fresh green beans with garlic butter drizzled on top. That is your meal. And for dessert, because it is nice and warm and, well, it's supposed to be nice and warm this time of year, I'm going to go with strawberry shortcake.
Oh, I like strawberry shortcake.
With Cool Whip and
Cool Whip.
fresh strawberries.
All right, there you go. I don't know. I want my dream, Bryce, is to have some kind of upscale Golden Corral I could go to.
Right.
Because I like variety.
Everything.
Why can I not go to a place and get a plate of lasagna with a side of lo mein and a burrito?
Yeah.
Not saying I would because they don't mix well, but I want the option to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I like a variety, so I would have like house fried rice as my appetizer and lasagna as my main course, and then dessert, well, maybe some kind of brownie option, like a good, soft, hot brownie.
That's pretty good.
Can you call Chandler as we get Bryce's menu?
Oh, my menu?
What's your appetizer?
I like Scheffler's shrimp things. I'll probably go like a bang bang shrimp.
Bang bang.
I guess I'll just do bang bang shrimp. I do like, where the intern's heads are at with a steak. I do like some steaks. I'm probably just gonna do like more of a bone-in ribeye guy, and also the option of probably a seafood, probably a triggerfish, snapper, something like that, or some good grouper. It's hard to pin one down, so one of those three would be pretty good to me. And a dessert, I'm with you, like a brownie, hot brownie on a skillet with some ice cream or something, or like them cookie skillets.
Yeah,
something along those.
I see a lot of that on the. I've seen a lot of like warm chocolate chip cookies with ice cream Japanese strawberry shortcake. What is that? What makes it Japanese? Interesting. We are efforting Chandler, but Scotty Scheffler warm chocolate chip skillet cookies.
Hey, man, me and him got a lot in common.
You and Chef, what is he?
I
believe he's a Texan.
bro date.
I was gonna say, Bryce, you should do an entire Masters Club dinner menu with things you have hunted, or caught.
Yeah,
like you could do that. Like, that would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Let's go out to the Pirate Radio Live line. Hey, Chandler, guess what we're talking about?
What are you guys talking about?
Masters menu.
Ah, man. What's on y'all's menu?
How about this? Tell us what's on the tailgate menu out there at the tailgate fields, Sean. What are the smells and sights and tastes?
Put us there, Sean.
You are experiencing.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I thought you would never ask. But no, a lot of grills are fired up, ready to go here at the Jungle parking lot. I just went and visited our friends from the YouTube chat gang, Josh Thomas. He's got tacos. He said it's Taco Tuesday, so they're going with tacos at their tailgate, and it looks like there's a lot of people cooking burgers and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff. And if you're looking for a good hot dog to get, no better way to get your hot dog, your sausages from Steven Sausage, who is a proud sponsor of our tailgate report today. And also, if you need something cold to drink, a pirate beverage, there's nothing better than Michelob Ultra. And also, Bud Light, thanks to our friends Carolina Eagle Distributing for also providing those beverages at our Pirate Radio tailgate here today. But even though the Pirates got swept this past weekend, and it's a Tuesday night, it's always a packed crowd when the Pirates are playing the Pack, and that's going to be the case tonight, as it is officially a sellout. And we're getting close to the first pitch, and the Pirate fans are very excited for this one.
Man, it'd be good out there, Bryce. How about a little breakfast for dinner?
Goodness.
Get you some eggs, some grits, some sort of hash brown deal, and top it off with some Steven Sausage, family-owned, serving Eastern North Carolina with high-quality meat products since 1948. And while they may be divided on whether to root for the Pirates or Pack, what Steven Sausage has always agreed on is serving the finest pork products, such as country hams, hot dogs, sausage products, and chitlins. Stop by Walmart, Piggly Wiggly, Food Line today for all of their great products. It's the Steven Sausage live check-in, and that would be awesome on the grill right now. Chandler, how you feeling about, let's get a vibe check from you. Pack, Pirates, losers of 3 straight. Pack have won 2 in a row, coming off 2 wins against Virginia.
No, I feel pretty good about this, and I mean I know we're coming off of a sweep from FAU, but that's something you haven't seen at home in conference since 2018. This is a young team, but with Cliff Godwin at the helm, I think that his team can bounce back and can bounce back in a big way today. So Sean Jenkins getting the start on the bump for the Pirates, and just need to get the bats going early and often, set the tone early, and I think the Pirates can bounce back from a very rare home sweep in the conference. But I'm going East Carolina 6, State 3.
All right, you heard it from the Chan man. Bryce, you got any questions for Sean? Baseball or otherwise?
How you doing, John?
I'm doing good, B-Dub. How are you?
I'm good. I'd be better if you were sitting to my left, but it's all right. You working?
Yeah, I'm out here having a good time, and I ain't gonna lie, I've got me a cold Michelob Ultra thanks to our friends Carolina Eagle Distributing. I wish I had a sausage dog though from Steven's Sausage. That would make it even better.
There we go. Enjoy that cold snack.
That cold snack is hitting right now, buddy.
Well, all right. Well, Chan man, enjoy your time out there, and we will chat. How did real quick? How'd football go? Anything coming out of football practice today?
I did not go to practice today.
Well, why the hell did you leave 2 hours ago?
Gee whiz.
Because Mark, you want to know why? Because Mark Alexander said, let's go out to baseball, get things set up. And he said, I'll meet you at your house. And he did. So now we're out here. I had to cancel on football. So now we're out here tailgating with a Michelob Ultra and Bud Light, thanks to Carolina Eagle Distributing. Now I also had a sausage dog from Steven's Sausage, which I don't, and I'm mad about that.
I wish I had a Steven's Sausage to cram in your mouth, to shut you up, because you're talking BS. Who covered football?
You know there's other people that work for us.
And who covered football? Simple question.
Jarrett Watkins, Jenny Shelton. Do those names ring a bell?
Thank you, Chandler.
So guess what? I guess people are like, well, Chandler didn't go to football practice. There's not going to be any coverage from Pirate Radio. But guess what? You're wrong. It's coming to you this afternoon. We're going to have offensive coordinator John David Baker. We're going to have defensive coordinator Josh Aldrich. And we're going to have it on our social media pages at PR927FM.com. Oh, and you just don't want to see, the interviews from the coordinators? You want to see some practice highlights? Well, guess what? That's coming your way, too. So if you don't already, follow us on social media at PR927FM right now.
Hey, Chandler West, what would it be like if we didn't cover football today? I guess we'll never know.
I guess we never know.
All right, Sean. I got Sean fired up now.
He's fired up.
Yeah.
And if we didn't cover football today, I'd say something strange here.
All right, Chandler. Man, I wish you know what? I wish I could shake your hand and with our other hands enjoy a Steven's Sausage together. That'd be awesome.
Man, Steven's Sausage, Michelob. I mean, Pirate baseball. Nothing better than that.
Yeah.
You know what's even better? ECU football coverage coming your way.
All right. See you, buddy.
How was my WWE promotion there?
It was pretty good. Like, you got me fired up. You were fired up. We got Bryce excited in here. That was good.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. I'm out of breath. So.
All right. Later on.
All right. See y'all.
There it is. Chandler Honeycutt.
I say his bases are covered. You like how I played that?
Like what you did there. Yeah. I'm sorry. Just kind of caught me off guard. He was supposed to go to football. That was the plan. That was the plan. Apparently the plan changed. And I was not, I guess they only bring me in for the important meetings. Because I was not told any of this. Kaz said, what a company, man. You can't get mad at the man. He's got plugs for everything. Even when arguing and angry, he was getting the sponsors in. That was impressive.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Fleet Feet Rundown, Pirate Radio Outdoors, and Will's Hockey Parlay of the Night. Got that and more. Back after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, it's Caleb with Stroud's Marine. Boating season is here, and at Stroud's Marine we are stocked up with over 20,000 pre-owned parts. We've got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Speaking of outboards, we will buy your old ones. And as always, our mission is to save you money and get you back out on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 five-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
I'm Morgan Ehlers here with Brian Cook. He's the comptroller with Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. If you're looking online, one website covers both locations. It's driveherenow.com.
Right. We're the driveherenow.com family between our two locations here in Greenville. I can take you to either website at gmcapproved.com or greenvilleautoworld.net. And yeah, you can see all our inventory there. A lot of stuff says coming soon as we're getting new stuff, but be on the lookout for anything you need.
Greenville Motor Company and the new Greenville Auto World. We will earn your trust and business one vehicle at a time.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza. Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is back at only $13.99. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, an MVP move for game day or any day. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Jacob Jiggins Cowart, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear hit a home run for me when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Pirate fans, 2025 East Carolina football season tickets are on sale now and can be purchased for as little as $115. Head coach Blake Harrell wants you to be a part of his first full season as the Pirate coach as he builds momentum off of the 8-win season and the Military Bowl win over North Carolina State. Call 1-800-DIAL-ECU or go to ECUPirates.com today to get your 2025 season tickets.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
It seems like you're starting to get addicted to it now.
Pirate Radio.
And I want more.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
You saw these numbers, right? These numbers are outrageous.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Chronic joint pain hovers. You never know when it's going to rear its ugly head, and that goes for David Garrard too. This is why the medical professionals at QC Kinetics take their job so seriously. When they treat patients like David Garrard, they are delivering long-term relief. treatments without surgery or downtime. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. 252-765-PAIN. That's 252-765-PAIN. Now back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you. Bryce and I talking food. Bryce and Will, good discussion during the break. Y'all want to bring that to the airwaves? If not, I won't pressure you.
What about his...
Yeah, just because it's kind of personal, but I think it's kind of motivational a little bit.
Will, you can start it, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say what happened last week. We chatted and take it.
So, last Tuesday, I don't remember how it came up, but me and Bryce got into a discussion about, like...
I think Bryce asked, what is your normal day like or something like that.
Oh, yeah. So, we started talking about that, and I had made the comment that my sleep schedule and, like, I'd like to wake up or go to bed a little earlier, wake up a little earlier. So, over the course of the last week, I've been on this self-improvement journey of trying to fix my sleep schedule, and that conversation motivated me. So, I've started, Jonathan Ellerby gave me some self-help books, so I've been reading those before I go to bed, and I've just incorporated it into my daily routine every day, and it's kind of helped. It's like I'm on the right track of getting my sleep schedule back to where it needs to be.
Bryce, did you know you were a life coach?
I did not. I just it comes natural.
And you're molding young Will into a man?
I don't know. Just trying to make him the best he can be, which he's doing good. He says he gets up at 6 to go to the gym, so that's good. And he said his normal sleep, if you don't mind me saying, Will, he was falling asleep at 2 or 3?
1 to 2.
1 to 2, and I'm like, come on, bud, you gotta lock in. Let's scale it back. Let's get your body the rest it needs, because sleep is very important in recovery and all sorts of aspects of your life. So he's doing good. I'm proud of him. 1 week he's already. I guess it started even sooner sooner than 1 week ago. But yeah, quite important to just sort of do little things to help. Progress yourself. That's not the word I'm looking for, but improve yourself. And it starts with just having a fairly good routine. I mean, obviously routines, as they say, obviously are a very positive thing for, us individuals, to just have, positive days, feeling good, and, be able to lock in during the day and success.
All right. Congratulations. Good luck with your journey. We need to get to our Fleet Feet rundown. We need to go outdoors as well. Let's go Alex Harper telling us about the rundown first, if we could, Will.
Hey, Pirate Nation. Be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet. They run for you.
Man, it is just about running season here. And some nice weather outside. Go to Fleet Feet, and your feet will appreciate you, and your running and walking will go even smoother. All right, Bryce, let's go ahead and get to Pirate Radio Outdoors because we are running short on time, and that is presented by Stroud's Marine in Greenville, where you can go find your parts for your boat projects and repairs. Go to stroudsmarine.com and check out, what would you call it? A warehouse? Store?
I guess you say warehouse,
building,
storefront, building. He's got it all, that's for sure. And guys, boating season is for me it's here year round, but it's definitely getting close for take the family out, go fishing, sandbar, whatever it is. And if you got a little knick-knack project, for your boat to get it running right, or there's a problem, something's broke, go to my man Caleb at Stroud's Marine. I can pretty much guarantee he's gonna have the part for you. I think he's got 30,000 some, parts on eBay, and massive warehouse. Super nice guy, and he's very knowledgeable of definitely marine stuff.
Bryce, there are needs, there are wants. There's critical surgery and cosmetic surgery. Would you say Stroud's Marine has the parts you need and the critical, or are there any cosmetic things as well?
So cosmetic, you can go more so in the cowling department typically. That's the thing, the motor cover. I mean, he's got huge, shelving of all sorts of motor callums from probably 10 horsepower all the way up to probably 400s, 350s I've seen. But if your callum's cracked, go see Caleb. And if you're a dire need and you need a motor, he's got miscellaneous motors anywhere, like I said, from that probably 15 horsepower up into the 350s. So, look, go see my guy. If you need your boat running right, he's got you.
You been outdoors this week?
Thankfully, I have been fishing, and I've been, prepping in the woods and stuff. I went fishing. Didn't have an epic day, but I did not get skunked. Me and Jay went on Saturday morning. It was a beautiful morning out in the Pamlico. Caught some trout, caught a little flounder. Just enjoyed the day out there. And then I guess Friday, rewind back, went scouting to a piece of property by the Neuse River and ended up seeing 2 male birds. I think they were jakes, but I'm going to say they were longbeards. So that was positive to see that swamp was dried up and they're meandering down in there. And then we patterned our shotguns on Sunday just to get them ready, see how they're shooting, seeing how you got to aim, adjust your sight if we see some turkey. So I was able to hit all the bases, which was obviously a wonderful thing to do. So I'm looking forward to this opening weekend as turkey season.
All right.
So that and fishing, and we going on it.
Turkey season is here. Stroud's Marine, your sponsor for Pirate Radio Outdoors. Real quick National Day update. National Library Workers Day. I hadn't been to a library in a long time. Do y'all go to the library on campus?
No.
I used to go in there quite a bit.
I'm a communications major, so no.
Okay. It is National Empanada Day.
Oh.
Jay, La Ribera, you can get some empanadas. He's brought some by before. National Zoo Lovers Day. It's not Zoo Day, but it's Zoo Lovers Day. So don't go to the zoo. Appreciate those who do love going to the zoo.
Right.
You want to know a fast fact about my buddy Chandler Honeycutt?
What's that?
Never been to a zoo.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, I guess the closest one for him would be Ashboro.
Yeah.
But he's in, not Clayton area?
I can't never figure out where he's from.
He's from somewhere.
How you feel about a zoo?
I've not been to a zoo since I was probably knee-high to a grasshopper, so...
Good kid event.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool when you get to see all sorts of different species that you would not be able to see unless you went to Africa, so...
Y'all like zoos?
I've been to a zoo.
Been before. I used to really like them when I was little. But
What would be, what's an animal you would like to see?
I like zebras.
Yeah.
I want to go to that drive-through zoo where they almost bite your head off and you feed them.
Like a safari type thing?
Yeah, there's one. There's kind of like the Lazy Five Ranch. I don't know if it's still there, but that was one I went to before.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think you just kind of don't start no beep, won't be no beep. I don't need to go get in the animal's face.
Yeah,
He don't know me.
I'm
like
with
that.
you. Like when you see people going through Yellowstone, and they get out of the car or something in the Buffalo, and it attacks them, or that runs into their car.
Yeah,
or
just
this, that, and
ruins
the
your
other.
car with one shot.
Yeah.
It is National All Is Ours Day. It takes us along. What? Now I got an ad popping up. Yeah, this looks dumb. Wait a minute. Okay. Explore the world around you. Find something you appreciate. Express thankfulness for what you have. Share your bounty with others. Focus on positive thoughts. Okay, fine. Those are good things to do.
There we go. Yeah, I like it. Embrace the day.
Let's take our final break. We'll come back. We'll get Will's hockey parlay, a couple of transfer portal notes, and more. Back with you after this.
Cold weather is here, and some families in our area need help to stay warm. Greenville Utilities' Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their heating costs. You can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation. And GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor stay warm this winter with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. For more information, call 752-7166 or visit GUC.com.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
Have you tried the new boneless wings from Wings Over Greenville? That's right. Wings Over has all new boneless wings. These juicy, crunchy boneless wings are available in any of their 17 bold flavors, from sweet and tangy to fiery hot. Every craving is covered. And just like in February, Wings Over Greenville is giving you 10% off your entire order when you use the code PIRATE25 online or in the app. Wings Over is open for lunch every day and is open until 3 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Visit wingsover.com today and soar into flavor with their new boneless wings. Wings Over Greenville, they deliver.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
There have been many changes in the automotive world. At Phelps Chevrolet, the Phelps boys are here to take care of you. Mike, Daryl, and 4 of Mr. Phelps' grandsons, Wade, West, Allen, and Clay. You see, things at Phelps remain the same. The Phelps team has served Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. We make your visit easy and fun. We are your neighbors, and that's what neighbors do. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Like Mr. Phelps' great-granddaughter says, come in and get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet at PhelpsChevrolet.com.
Craving a delicious burger and a great deal? Then head on over to Bad Daddy's Burger Bar in Greenville. Every Monday, shake things up with $5 hand-shaking cocktails. On Rough Draft Tuesday, enjoy talls for smalls, where bigger drinks are the same price as the smalls. It's Whiny Wednesday with $3 pours of barefoot wine. Then on Salty Thursdays, sip on a $4 house margarita. And don't miss Bloody Sunday. Enjoy brunch and $5 house Bloody Marys.
And this just in at Bad Daddy's, mention Pirate Radio for 15% off your meal.
Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. Great food, amazing deals, and a whole lot of flavor.
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. AnsonBelt.com. Over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Naylor Show.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street is now open 7 days a week. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. Join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio. Life's good, and why wouldn't it be?
Drink up, me Aussies, yo ho.
I'm a pirate after all. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
It was another rough day for the stock market. The Dow was down 320 points and closed at 37,645. The NASDAQ was down 335 points at 15,267. The S&P was down 79 points and closed at 4,982. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the Clipper.
All right, Will, we don't have time for insight or reasonings. We just need the meat. What is the hockey parlay?
Jacob Markstrom.
Say that again.
Jacob Markstrom over 21.5 saves. Cam Talbot over 23.5 saves. And Jeremy Swayman of the Bruins over 24.5 saves.
You claim you won one of these last night?
I did. I mixed it with Hayden Wisniewski.
That's fine. You won last night, and you're going for another one tonight.
I am.
All right.
Come on.
Well, I'm going to tell you on that. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Grayson. Bryce, enjoyed it, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Shirley Rhodes, I will see you mañana. Wednesday, 3 o'clock, all new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Chef Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.